Just give him one of these. Ooh, hey, ah, ooh.
Don't think I'll make this easy for you. You're just itching for a fight, huh? preparations complete. All preparations complete. Time for my secret weapon. You'll feel it in the morning. Now we're talking. Time for my secret weapon. You'll feel it in the morning. All preparations complete. You're finished. Give up already. Looks like my tactics are having the desired effect. All preparations complete. All preparations complete. You're finished. Give up already. You're finished. Give up already. All preparations complete. Now we're talking. You're finished. Give up already. Now we're talking. All preparations complete. Looks like my tactics are having the desired time for my secret weapon. You'll feel it in the morning. You're finished. Give up already. Time for my secret weapon. You'll feel it in the morning.
Oh boy. Alright, let's pause this. We don't want to miss any of the action. Then head over to the overlay. Alright. A sick transition. Howdy guys, welcome to the EX Podcast 621, June 21st edition.
Yeah.
Let's does anyone any predictions? I should have done predictions for this. Who wins? Ultimate weapon or ultimate weapon?
Ultimate weapon.
What are we talking though? Now we're talking. Holy crap.
Kind of hard to believe. I'm being
It's
honest.
You'll feel it in the morning.
it's not terribly exciting. I would have Nintendo as a guest tonight. Damn.
Yeah, no special guest tonight, right?
No guests tonight.
Damn.
Although Thirsty will be our guest because he's having some technical difficulties. But he should be along shortly. Try to find some background music.
You'll feel it in the morning.
It's fun.
Go to the old mainstay.
There's no point resisting.
I can't tell if I won
There's no point resisting.
beating this guy.
Nice.
Alright, let's make this go a little faster. This is ridiculous. My man's out of cards.
Yeah.
Operations complete. Finished. Give up already. There's no point buff already. Just accept it.
Get him. Kill him.
Time for my secret weapon. You'll feel it in the morning.
Nice hero art.
Whoa.
I mean, I have some other choice words for Jill right now, but of course I can't say them on the
Push
official
it.
podcast screen. But it's fine.
Poggers! You like? Actually, that was kind of hype.
I hope you manage
Nah.
to find some peace.
It was kind of good though.
Nah.
I said.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's on sale, stranger.
Oh my goodness! Can you guys believe it? Jill won.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
That was better
So
than
much
the
better
mirror.
than the WCS mirror.
Yeah. That's. I don't know. I mean, that's how the ultimate weapon mirror can go, I guess, if you want to keep playing cards. You don't want to wait. That can happen.
I'm all for not having stalemates in this game. It's not a good feeling.
I mean, in other games, I mean, not to mention any names, but in other games, if you're idle for too long, you'll just start discarding cards or just automatically forfeit the game. But TEPPEN doesn't really work that way. You can actually just wait in TEPPEN because it's not turn based.
Well, I mean, what would you want it to do if you're board locked?
If you're board locked,
Yeah, because you can't do anything.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, TEPPEN's just completely different game. So
Yeah. So let's
it's
see
just
here.
kind of how it is.
The first thing we got on the docket, we got this new expansion information. What the hell?
What the heck?
Did anyone see this coming?
I kinda did.
No, not the day that it was revealed. I definitely woke up very surprised.
I was not surprised.
Really, you just woke up and you were like, "It's
I
all
knew it."
going according to plan." Knew
It's
it
all
all
going-
along.
Yeah, because I feel like they were already going through a 2-month schedule for card sets, so I figured it'd happen sooner or later, right?
Well, yeah, like we knew that there was going to be a special broadcast this Friday, and they were going to reveal the new card set then. So I think a lot of us were just waiting until Friday for that special stream to happen, where they normally announce and show the trailer and all that stuff, right?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, but they did it differently this time, where they just straight up posted on Twitter the trailer and everything. They didn't have like a special stream for it.
Well, I don't think
Okay,
that's
yeah,
the
that's
actual
Not the
trailer.
surprise.
It's different than what they've done before, as far as
Yeah.
brand reveals.
It
But
is
the
different,
stream
yeah.
happening like late in the month was probably not a good time, because there's only so many days you can reveal stuff after that stream on Friday, where it makes more sense that they revealed it last week, so there's actually time to go through the reveal cycle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mean, we have to get another trailer because that's not what we usually get. It didn't have like it didn't blend all the card arts together and then have the at the end.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people are expecting for sure. There's going to be some sort of special trailer, potentially with voice work. And as far as I know, I don't think there's ever been any voice work for these characters, right? Like I don't know about Monster Hunter Riders too much, but like Breath of Fire, I don't know. Have they ever had like a game with voice work? Does anyone know?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. Uh,
Cool. Sorry, I
there,
don't have
put a-
my normal
put a
mic.
poll
I
on.
was rushing to put my PC back together.
Why'd you take it apart? You
Hard. I just just disconnected everything. I was rearranging everything, and then realized management was terrible, and was like, I guess I'll do this now.
Yeah.
it's that
Right.
exercise that hard asses do, and they just like take their gun apart and put it back together. You're just like, I'm gonna take my PC apart, gonna put it back together.
Yeah, I can do it so quick. Oh my god.
Yeah, but did anyone expect Breath of Fire though?
No.
No. Heck
Not
no.
at all.
It was so early in the morning. It was the first thing I saw when I woke up. You guys in the podcast chat were just like, "Is this a leak? Is this supposed to? Are we supposed to know about this?" And I'm still like dead ass tired. I look at my phone. I watched the little like minute long trailer, and I'm like, it's not even processing to me. I'm just like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, now I'm pretty excited about it, but at the time I was just like, what am I looking at? What's
Yeah.
going on? I guess we can take a look at that.
Pretty interesting.
Let's see, where is that? Play tap tap. The play tap
Yeah, I
tap
know.
Twitter.
I know absolutely nothing of Breath of Fire. I just know like there's always people asking for like Ryu in Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm like, he's in there. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not that one. Wait, when did they post that? That was
I did see like someone posted it up. I think it was in the TEPPEN Discord, but like it was a Breath of Fire fan page, and there was an article that was like Breath of Fire is back, and it's like in TEPPEN, and there's so many pissed off like fans of Breath of Fire in the comments, like,
Oh, really?
why would you say Breath of Fire is back, and then posted that it's in a mobile card game?
Get trolled, nerds.
Actually,
Not
oh, it's on this
that
page. What am I doing? The cinematic trailer, dude. The cinematic universe. The TEPPEN
crazy.
cinematic universe.
That
Kind of
is
funny because I know
interesting.
there's always going to be people like upset that it's a card game and not like the game that they want. But it's just kind of funny that like TEPPEN has become this game that like Capcom IPs that just never really get mentioned anymore just are making a comeback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny how it works out that way.
It's all pretty badass though.
Oh, I think it's awesome. And you know, I always love these kind of, you know, crossovers, mashups, because that's just, you know, how I've always got introduced to so many new franchises. I mean, TEPPEN is what got me to play way more Capcom games than I ever really had in the past, and so I love this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I still haven't played a Sengoku game, but I don't know if I will, but it's out there.
It is
Just
indeed
pull
out
your
there.
sword on a goddess, dude. It was the abbreviated trailer, like the it's due tomorrow kind of trailer. Like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
put this together here. The home of forgetting IPs, dude. Oh, that's okay though. We appreciate them, right, guys?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not
dude.
actually Monster Hunter Stories, right? Like I that's what I thought, but I don't know really shit about Monster Hunter. But after like kind of seeing more about it, this is like, I guess there's a mobile game or some sort of not like spin-off game called Monster Hunter Riders, and that's kind of where
Yeah.
we pulled most of this from.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea.
We got an emote for this set already, dude. It's amazing. So fast. Dude, bless up, boys.
Oh, is that what's his name? Like Nar? Is his name right?
Nar, dude.
Nar.
Gar. Nar.
Nar.
Is it what is his name? Is it Gar or
Gar.
Nar?
Gar.
Nar.
Garr.
Yeah.
He's tight. I like him. I like his design.
I thought he had both hands together. I was like, dude, it's just Prage, but he's only got one hand up there. He's just like, bless for that split, dude. It's what Ainz' opponent was doing in the some match I was watching where he confidently played the one out of 3 and got it, and I was like, what the fuck? How you do that?
How you do that?
Teach me. Yeah, I don't know what Red Earth is. Got a prediction this set will be full of strong cards, and you guys will have a hard time rating the set. We kind of had a hard time rating the last set, I'd say. Whoa.
Yeah.
Ace versus the People was definitely kind of one of the harder ones to rate. It'll be interesting to see this one. So far, we haven't really seen like any new mechanics. They do seem to be kind of going back to some of the older mechanics, bringing back like growth payoff cards, which is kind of nice since those stopped existing with TDA going out.
Right.
It's too bad Explore payoff is forever ruined because of a certain card that we don't need to mention.
Susano? God damn it, Susano.
Right.
Damn
wait,
it,
Explore
Susano. Yeah, I saw like all the growth stuff. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Get everybody off of actions because I'm fucking had it up my ass with all these actions. Any action lovers in chat? Anyone do the Dungeon Mirror and they're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh,
I love
boy.
actions. I can't get enough of them.
Red Earth was a one-off fighting game. Oh, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
That's why it was a one-off.
Right.
The Strider was yeah, Blackmore gets it. Dude, Strider. We can't play old Jill anymore. It's Strider. That's all there is. All there ever will be. Yoicks. Anyways, any Breath of Fire fans ready for this shit? Because I know a lot of people were like popping off. It's always fun to see people outside the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting that they chose 3 because that probably is like the peak of the series. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to deny that one.
It makes me want to play Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
That's working then, dude. The advertisement is working.
I
will say they keep picking games for these sets that are just like 80-hour games. It's taking me forever to work through them. It's like, oh, Kami, let me play this game. Oh, this was short. Part 1. Oh, fuck. All right, Ace Attorney.
Damn.
Long ass cases.
Definitely know what you mean.
Are you finished with the Ace Attorney series yet?
No.
With the series?
Yeah,
With
the series.
That last bonus mission of the first game was basically a whole series in itself.
Hilarious.
And what are these Monster Hunter characters? Is this from specific sub series? Is this like the stories games or what?
That's from Monster Hunter Riders.
Rider. Oh, it's a separate Riders, really? I ain't never heard of it.
That's why it's in TEPPEN.
Yep.
Does Does Rathalos look a little bright here, or is that just me?
It's a little
Riders is a
brighter and more
mobile game.
cartoony, but I think that's just because we got like more used to the Monster Hunter world, which is definitely like a more desaturated version of Monster
Oh.
Hunter. So, because like Rise is definitely a lot more colorful again as well. They kind of went back to that look, but yeah, I guess Riders was a mobile game, a role-playing video game.
If you took just this line here, all the riders, you could pass this off as Puzzle and Dragons. Like, this is literally all the Sonias. If anyone's played Pad. This is just the Sonias. They're all color-coded to match their partner, and their partners are big dragons. Well, Rajang, not so much, but same kind of deal.
Big Monkey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got that emote, right? Look at Rajang. I don't know. I think Rajang needs a good card. He's been kind of getting shafted.
He's all right.
He's okay. Dude, Red Sonja was like entry level. Everyone loves that because you didn't have to be a fucking god to roll, you know? You didn't have to be a god to roll Red Sonja. Green and blue, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
But, so they mentioned it's Breath of Fire, Monster Hunter, and Mega Man X, dude. What's the robot
This
here?
shit's just like in the background, like, oh, yeah, there he is right there. That's
Right
the
there.
Mechaloid dragon boss from the beginning of X4. They also have one
Oh.
of the bosses, or one of the robots that's running around in the beginning of X3, which is kind of like the bug-eyed bee-looking thing. Yeah, some people learn their name. I don't learn their names. I just kill them and move on.
So is it a prequel, dude? This is something that occurred a long time before the
Yeah.
16 heroes set out for the Land of Illusion. Dude, we got a sequel. We got a prequel already.
Yeah.
This is where Rathalos is probably gonna get stabbed in the back with the dagger. Oh wait, no, Ada did that. It's gonna happen to him again. He's gonna
Damn.
keep getting stabbed in the back.
Divinity versus Dragons story depicted in Dragons of War. So it's kind of cool how they're telling stories with the card sets rather than just adding a chapter of the story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the idea. It's trying to keep the lore going while also not having to worry about the whole, Land of Illusion business, trying to mix the other heroes in there. Totally get that. Makes sense to me anyway.
Did everybody memorize this diagram for the test?
No.
Yeah, I totally memorized Nar.
Nar. Dude, look at this. This is going to be on the test. Dude, look at all this crap. Coexists with, protects, counterattacks, servant, has doubts, but worships. Just make sure you know how everyone's related to everybody. There's just a lot going on, a lot to unpack.
Right.
It's cool they do this, but I have no idea who these characters are. And who's this dragon? I don't even know who this guy is. Doesn't even have a name. Pop quiz, everyone. Then you got Mary. The Victoroids only showed up in literally 2 stages of X3. I never played a Breath of Fire game, I'm so lost. Welcome to our world. Play TEPPEN with the host. Maybe Play TEPPEN can tell us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Play TEPPEN. Have you played all the Breath of Fire games? Please. Tell us. Tell us what happens.
It's been forever since I played 3.
Oh, you actually played 3?
Yeah, I played the first 4, but I think I've only ever finished 2. I don't know. Something like that. I mean, they're great games. They're very solid RPG affairs. You know, basically, I don't know if I would call it the Final Fantasy for Capcom, but I know a lot of people are going to compare it just because, yeah, they're both turn based, and have roots in the old Nintendo days. But I think one is just okay, but two is really good with its characters, and then three, when it moved to the PlayStation, was really really solid, really great artwork. But I never finished three because there's a part of the game where you have to walk in the desert for like 40 minutes in a certain direction, and if you don't go that way, you get lost, so you have to do it all over again. I couldn't do that. I wasn't that good.
Oh shit.
So I just gave up.
So like the Lost Woods is cool, but what if we just made
Yeah,
it longer?
yeah. I don't know why they put that in the game. That's kind of a weird decision. Outside of that, though, it's a great game because you just turn into a dragon and then you're able to burn stuff. Pretty fun.
And these are all the EX skins, right? We got Ryu, Ryu, we got Mary, we got Gar, dude. These are all skins. Maria. Once again, I'm telling you, she just needs to figure out what a shirt is.
I guess it's interesting that Ryu, obviously, Breath of Fire Ryu has a bit of purple around him. I mean, what do you guys think? Are we going to see him as a potential skin for a purple hero?
Dante?
Might just be possible.
I'm thinking Dante, yeah.
I don't know what his abilities are like at all, so I wouldn't be able to say, but
Well, the whole
Yeah,
thing is he transforms into a dragon, so it would make sense for like Devil Trigger, right?
yeah, that's very true.
It's kind of the idea anyway.
I don't know what else he does. I just know he turns into a dragon, and everyone's like, "Yeah, dragons."
Yeah, dragons.
I mean, middle school me would have been losing my shit, like, oh my god, because I love dragons back then.
The Brood. Black is due for an EX skin. Oh, like if you're counting
They're not
Morgan.
due for
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, every other color has gotten an EX skin, so I get that
Oh,
logic.
I see.
But we'll see.
Have they referred to Morgan and Evil Ryu as EX skins?
They haven't really referred to it as that, but they kind of are. So, I mean, they could definitely just kind of use that logic of like, no, they're not. You said that. We didn't say that.
No, they're not.
We
no,
didn't
they're not.
just delete it from every like source. Like,
Yeah.
fancy skin.
Right.
Oh, dude, Ains doing the research. That is interesting. I guess we were just so worked up about those in the first place. I don't remember ever seeing the terminology used.
Well,
Yeah.
now they're just going to delete those posts and they're just going to say, no, we didn't.
Nah.
Nuh-uh.
Now you can be less satisfied. Now you can have fewer clues about what the next move is.
Right.
So we think, ooh, in that case, what particles? Oh, you know what? The particles for black are like blue-ish, right?
That's definitely more of the purple particles though than the blue ones.
Yeah, I was trying to think though, if he's supposed to be black, then like
He could be a nerd skin with change form.
Poggers.
Right.
And no one will ever see the dragon animation.
No one gets to see it.
No one.
I think every hero will get an EX skin. Holy shit! I can't go out and spend $1,000 for every hero.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I think it's a code, dude. Rathalos skin. Sorry, Rathalos kin. Rathalos skin, dude.
Rathalos kin.
Rathskin.
Rathalos skin. I get the idea. I'm with it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
just give Rathalos have that Mary be his skin. It's just a little girl.
Girl. Dude, any waifus in chat? A rider from an indigenous tribe that had lived with dragons for generations. To protect the dragons from extinction, she fights back against the goddess Miria. You know, then Gar is super green, dude.
Yeah.
Playing a lot of green.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about these characters. None of them. But I don't know. It's really weird. I have like no frame of reference for any of these, but it looks kind of RPG esque. So I'm like, I'm into it. Let's go. Let's go.
There's
Yeah.
a new card reveal.
Wait,
Oh
new
yeah,
card reveal
yeah, it's
where?
time.
Oh my god!
There's
pull it
it
up.
is time. Been waiting for that.
I hope you like damage cards.
Oh my god! Damage.
I'm
Oh
not
wait,
surprised.
didn't someone say Fatalis? Fatalis?
Fatalis.
Fat asses.
Wasn't someone mentioning this?
Yeah.
Oh, Ryosuma knew it. Fatalis. Flight in purple. I don't think so, buddy.
I think so, buddy boy.
Also, it took me a second because I was like, it's a black card because the dragon's black. No,
Yeah.
it's purple. One place on the field, deal 5 damage to one random enemy unit on your opponent's field with the highest MP cost. Attacking, deal damage to all enemy units equal to the number of cards in your EX pocket. Pass. Pass.
Let me see here. 7 costs. Like what is with these black legendary units, man? They're always overpriced.
Well, this one's purple.
This one's purple though.
Oh, never mind. Why did I think it was
Sorry.
black?
Because it has the word
purple.
black in the
I
title.
don't know
and-
why
and-
you thought the
and
black dragon named Black Dragon was black.
Why is Black Dragon not in black? What's going on here? Okay, so another purple flight unit, great. Uh, Not sure how I feel about this one.
I know Fatalis is some big shit in his universe. Everyone's saying he killed an entire country by itself. I know he's a really high rank card in P&D. Death. Return this unit to the deck.
Yeah.
Yoicks.
Yeah, the fact that it keeps going back to the deck is kind of interesting.
Not back to the pocket makes me sad. We'll never see it for Breakaway.
I mean, you can make
you
it
could
go back
still
to the
use-
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still use this in Breakaway, right? And then it's placed on the field, so you will be getting that 5 damage every time you do that. And Breakaway will try to have stuff in the pocket. So I don't think it's a terrible Breakaway card. It's just the cost and the stats not being amazing make it kind of scary to start going. But like it can have some setups where it would be scary. And flight is good, but
Yeah.
it's expansive.
I'm
But purple
comparing
does
it,
have MP reduction.
kind of comparing it to the 7 cost Morgan that's been seeing a lot more play in Temptation. And she is at 2/7, right? With flight and agility. And she does deal damage, but it has to be to halted units, and she helps heal 2 every time she does hit them for 2, as long as they're halted. So seeing this guy at like a little bit different stat, 3/6, but not having agility, and he kind of has like more of an Edgeworth effect, which is kind of funny. Except it's always 5 damage and it's always the highest enemy. I mean, obviously, if it hits something like Orochi, it's not that good. But wiping out tall units could be good. But
Hitting
it
a
is a bit of
Titan
an
with this
investment.
is nice.
Yeah, could be. And then,
I guess my
as
mind
long
is
as you have
just too
something in your
stuck on like
pocket-
Morrigan. Like we want to lock the board down. This guy just is destroying everything on the board. Okay.
Yeah, like you compare it to the newer Morgan, right? Like she's always doing 2 to a random unit. But this guy can do up to 2 AoE as long as you have your pocket full, which is kind of like, I mean, you can make that happen in purple pretty easily, but I don't know what the situation calls for where you always will have a full pocket while he's on the board. And
I think
the
with the
regular
Morgan
speed is kind of awkward.
With the Morgan comparison, though, it's still worth noting that it's like still can potentially be awkward because you might just not have a way to halt those units, so it wouldn't really proc
Mhm.
either. So they're both have like really nice effects that are very contingent on being able to set that up.
And like, sometimes in a temptation deck you don't want to do AoE damage, because if you're clearing the opponent's board, then they get to play again, and that can be bad sometimes, especially against something like red. And red is just gonna, I guess, destroy this card and potentially banish it with GDI, which is pretty scary. But the fact you can get a tall unit consistently back to your deck without having to rely on cards like Miraculous, which is of course going away, it's kind of nice. Like you don't have to babysit it to make sure that you can get it back or protect it, I guess, because you can just replay it. But having to replay a card at 7 every time is definitely expensive.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's-
figure out a
makes it a
way
little
for
trickier.
this, but
And there's certainly
It-
discount, but yeah.
I'm sad that Miraculous is going away. My breakaway enabling card, which the deck
I mean, if
wasn't
you
even
want,
that
we
good.
can. If you want, we could tell them to just keep HBM around forever, then, just so you can have Miraculous.
Sounds good to me.
Nah, I'm good.
So I guess you
It's
could.
just-
That's interesting. Expert brings up, potential slow purple card. This card might be okay in slow purple. Since you are getting pocket cards consistently with Fade, it will at least do some damage. Assuming you don't use your Fade card right away, which might be needed, so it could be awkward, I guess. But at the same time, it's a guaranteed, something to have in your pocket at a given moment. But if it's a buff, you'd rather probably buff this guy instead of keeping it in the pocket.
What's up, Red Catman?
But with the legendary 7 cost 0 going away, I don't know if this guy's necessarily like the replacement, since 0 does so much more and a lot faster. But this guy you can play out right away. You don't have to. It's funny actually because Hidden Threat 0 is a 3/6 as well, right? Before he gets the stat buff, or is it 3? Yep. It's 3/6, right? It's kind of funny.
Yeah, where's this guy's 2/4?
When does he get the buff? Well, he plays Tower on him, and then you're good to go.
Yay! So you
Um,
get even less damage.
he'll probably see play. Did we get the other purple legendary yet? We didn't, right? We only saw the red legendaries and green so far.
Did we see green legendary unit?
Just one green legendary action, right?
Yeah.
And then the 2 red legendaries is what I mean. So I'm kind of curious what the purple legendary action might do, which could give this guy support potentially. And this is only one tribe as monster. Huh. Yeah, this seems pretty solid though. I'm sure it'll see some play. I don't know if it'll be in temptation, but maybe.
Oh, I had to look at the EXGP. Uh-oh.
Oh, the new EXGP?
I just
Yeah.
think it's really, really interesting how crazy they're going with these EXGPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to add it to the calendar, but I don't know why I did. It's something. Let me bring it up.
I'm hype.
Are you guys hype?
I'm hype.
They heard you guys complaining about the conditions being just like stuff that people ignore. So
Yeah.
they're just like, fine, nothing.
We won't even give you something to ignore this time.
I know, right?
That's it. This just format unlimited. Format extra damage for like just like have a list of cards, all the problematic cards that were cycled out. Just like, yep, extra
Yeah.
damage for these things. EXGP, but it's one touch kill.
Right.
Everyone starts with 1 HP.
Everyone starts with 1 HP and then spawns a unit with 1 attack, rush, and agility in a random spot.
It'd be nice to
Heart attack
shake
mode.
things up, you know? I get how this is the only place where unlimited is accessible right now outside of like room matches. But I mean, the last two EXGPs were not that inspiring. It was literally just unlimited with Dan and some homie on the board, some other monster. And people just played whatever decks they wanted. Like over this past weekend, I lost the run because someone just played older Ouroboros. They just slammed three tyrants down. Like, yeah, I couldn't come back against that, and it was kind of annoying. And yeah, that Dan did nothing that game. And yeah, you can buff the Dan that's already on the board. It's kind of a cool idea, but normally people don't do that. And now it's just straight up unlimited, just unlimited with nothing else. It's kind of disappointing.
Talking just full power to spare, baby. Destroy all fucking monsters, dude.
Gumshoe is us
Uh,
asking for some interesting EXGPs, and Dan is gung ho, just running away laughing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I still don't have one of these cards, so I guess I gotta do it now.
Oh, you picked a great one to do.
Yay!
This
don't
is
care.
the one.
I don't think I'm ever gonna use this card because it's gonna be gone in 9 days.
Yeah. I forgot Valor was part of HBM as well. I'm too focused on all the memory cards.
Haunted by memories, it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
I guess.
Exciting stuff.
I guess next week we can kind of focus on, or I don't know, this time or next time we can do the salute to HBM, as in like, don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out, kind of.
Yeah.
I
we can do that.
don't want to give that set any more time than it's gotten already.
I think I looked through this on one of my last TEPPEN stream, and it was just like, damn, it's a lot of cards. It's a lot of cards going away that I fucking hate.
Yeah.
Fucking noise.
I think it's
So long
a
signal.
lot of HBM just stuck around a little too long, and of course we had that drop for a while with no updates where we had to deal with HBM for a very long time, since that was the latest set at that time, and yeah, it was definitely tough to deal with. But I think we got through it.
We got through it. I mean, just one more week
Eventually.
and then we'll be out of the woods. And then we'll
Yeah.
see it in EXGPs and just instant Madge.
Right.
HBM almost killed the game. I mean, I think a lack of updates almost killed the game.
Yeah, I would say it was more COVID
Uh-huh.
than than HBM.
It's a multitude of things, right? I mean, we got past it, thankfully, so we don't have to think about those times anymore. Well, we can look back fondly as some of the darkest times this game's had, but at the same time, it's like it's tough, because a lot of people were kind of annoyed by Zero and all that, but they did a really good job with like the balancing and actually addressing a lot of the problem cards that were kind of polluting the meta at the time. That was like the biggest balance change they ever had, actually, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I guess that is a good point to is that like it was just really unfortunate that the launch state of HBM is what we got stuck with for the longest time, since that definitely was the most broken set, and it just lingered
That was the big
for ever.
Was that how long? How many months? 5?
Too many.
Something like that.
Good lord.
It was a lot of months.
A lot of months.
I was blown away all 5 months.
Yay.
I was dying.
Oh god.
Monka.
Well, we got new cards to look at.
Nice.
That's good.
Yep. Play TEPPEN
Yeah.
backing it up, dude. The pandemic.
Yeah, let's look at the other reveals that have happened.
Well, actually, let's do ratings. Let's do ratings for all these.
Yep, sounds good to me.
We got Fatalis, ya boy. Purple Dragon. Do a poll here. What do I think of this card? I think it's a. I think it's a 3. I don't think it's gonna be that strong unless there's some
Black
serious synergy with it. Black Dragon, yeah, I think it's that's being generous.
I don't know.
I just don't think it's that great.
It's so hard to realize. It might just need to see some play. Is my thing.
I'm trying
Like,
to give it the benefit of the doubt.
I can't. Yeah, I can't really determine if it's going to be good or not yet.
The stats are just so. I mean, I know it's flying, but the stats are like 6 HP is like nothing for 7 MP. It's gonna die faster than Cody, dude. Cody is a 7 cost, dude. I don't know. I'll never forget just like Cody coming out. Oh god, so many knives. It gets you so many explorers for Jill. It's like, yeah, but it's
true.
7 for 7, man. He is drops like a brick, dude.
Right.
I'm a little torn on this one because there is a lot of purple unit MP manipulation that's still going to be around, and I can definitely see him kind of being a good unit in like evidence decks too, because he is another like big unit similar to Trish that isn't going to eat up all your evidence, even though she's like really good. She does just kind of eat it, and then
Yeah.
also just having another infinite unit for purple that's a little bit better. And kind of getting that 5 damage on the way out isn't like terrible too. So you're most likely going to get at least some value out of it coming out. Especially with I do find it interesting how this could be with Breakaway kind of cycling, looping him in out and getting 5 damage every time. Because that turns Breakaway into a 5 damage snipe for 14 AP, which I think is kind of solid. And then also with Breakaway just lowering its MP cost as well. And Flight's never terrible. That attacking effect isn't the best thing, but it is something. And you know, sometimes you just need like 1 damage ping, anyways, to kind of help you out in a lot of situations. It's really hard to say. I do think a lot of the cards that would just instant delete this are leaving too, which kind of helps it a bit. And even if it dies like immediately, again, you do get it back. Purple has had issues with just kind of running out of units and decking out in the past, so this could help it a little bit.
Expert says
But
can't judge it
it's-
too harshly since we haven't seen the rest of the set. That's true.
Yeah, but we got to judge based on what we know if we're gonna
Yeah.
score these. Yeah, I mean, like Seal is also kind of a problem, but Purple also does have a lot more recall into the pockets that they've gotten recently as well, which can potentially help it.
Right.
That's the best part about Breakaway. It's just like you seal it. All right, I'll come back later.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I like it. Yeah, this one's hard. I'm gonna be a little more optimistic and lean towards a 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'd say 4 is fair for now because I can see it fitting in multiple purple decks. Yeah.
Yeah, that high MP is definitely feels kind of bad, but purple is also just getting back to its old form of being really good at stalling, especially with like Maggies and such like that. So they can get into a good spot of building up their MP. And now with buffs and potentially shields and such, I think having a low HP in purple isn't like an instant death sentence as much as it used to be.
I still say 3. I don't like it. We'll see. I'm open to it being better.
Yeah.
I can't think of like all those big problematic damage splash actions are kind of being reduced pretty heavily. So Might not be a simple matter of just flicking 3 Chain of Fists at it to kill it.
Because those are gone.
Gone, baby. You have an opinion on this card, Iowa?
No, I do not.
Oh.
It doesn't die to Murderous.
It won't.
True.
Even New Morgan would die to Murderous. Got him. Rip Chain Fist, I'll miss you. Nah, I'm good.
The fuck, Jesus. I'm so happy that card's gone. Ironically enough, I think that's the card I'm most happy to be gone because I just create this persona for every red player that does a chain of fists. That's just like, you're gonna reply, right? You're gonna give me the 2 blue. Like, no, I'm not. Just stop. It's the most just like
Right.
tickling you with a feather that turns into a goddamn brick at the end of it. I hate it.
Right.
Dude, Ainsworth asking how hot is Guard, dude? 11 out of 10, dude.
Guard's
Boy,
pretty cute.
dude. Finally, dude. All the Booba cards, all the Booba hero arts. Something for something for me.
Mallet's been
And-
doing the prey fist just like Gar. Like, come on, give me something.
Give me something, dude. It's funny how we got Turnabout Sisters, we got animated legendary Morgan, dude, Booba everywhere, dude.
Booba.
Finally get Strong Dragon Man. I'm like, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
It is
I mean,
every day is Daddy's day. Dude.
I mean, we haven't got to him, but we literally have that guy just lifting weights with his monster buddy, right? Well, we'll get there.
Mhm.
Next one, dude, Nargatail. Gather around. I'll tell you guys at Nargatail.
Card's tight.
6 cost 3/6 agility. When placed onto the field, return 1 rather random friendly purple unit with an MP cost of 4 less the EX pocket. Then give this unit Nargatail
to me.
a 1/3. And then victory, you play a purple unit from your EX pocket onto the field. So you put it, do not play it.
Yeah.
EX Morgan's skin is more dressed than default Morgan. It's true. This card is interesting because it kind of sets up some breakaway. I like it.
Yeah, very breakaway friendly. And there's some good loops you can do with this card in particular. Pretty strong considering there's some really solid 3 and 4 costs for purple right now that you would consider using with this. At first I thought she buffed the unit that she was bouncing back, but
Same.
it's probably better off that she's not doing that and she's actually buffing herself because she is a victory unit. I don't know. Victory with agility combined can be really awkward. But I don't think the goal of her is to necessarily get victory every time, is the way I look at it. Like, I think it's more about just having a really solid unit on the board for those stats. And then, yeah, you have to just give her flight, and then she's good to go.
Yeah, I think having the stats go on her and push her from 3 to 4 makes the victory a lot more palatable. The
Yeah.
bar for attack on victory cards is raising, and it used to be like, oh, 2 is never good. 3 was like, okay, it's kind of decent. Now the bar has been lifted even further because of stuff like Shield Spire, and now 4 is like the standard. So it's more consistent that she buffs herself, so that's good. The only qualm I have with it is that you have to make sure if you want to do like a combo to like get the most value out of it, like you rescue something and then you place this card to block something and get a cheap victory off of it. Whatever you're rescuing, you'd lose some value if it has a death effect and if it has an on-play effect.
Right.
So obviously it's not going to happen that much that, you know, rescuing a card with a death effect or something like that specific scenario I just described. But still.
Unless it's a negative death effect, like the judge. So
Judge, get him out of here. Get him out. That's a
Get
good
him outta
point.
here.
If the board is full and choose a victory, your card disappear, stay in the EX pocket. I believe it'll stay in the pocket. Wow, what a good bot command. People are saying 4 out of 5. Nice.
I definitely give her a 4. It was a hesitant 4 for Black Dragon, but this is easily 4.
All right.
Secret
Yeah.
Walls just confirmed their sub for
Secret with the
13
resub.
9 more days.
9 more days. I can't wait. New set. Better than Fatalis. Thank you, Secret. Oh man, dude. 13 months. I've been streaming that long? Jeez. I'm getting old. Not editing commands? What? It's been a day. It's been a day.
Damn.
Can't believe you don't have the updated tournament information that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh. I don't even have anything on the calendar. Calendario, dude. Okay. No one saw that. So 4 out of 5 says chat. Thirsty's on the 4 out of 5 train. Yeah, I'd give that a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I think 4 makes sense.
Yeah, TEPPEN 2 years in July. I'm holding my breath for some crazy announcements, okay? I want to see some anniversary rewards. Dude, Brad's got an emote. Is that the one guy from... Is that the one character we saw in this thing? Oh, no, no. It looks cute. Is it your mascot? Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, kinda. Yeah, that's Nargatail. Looks fun, looks cool, reasonable cost. Unlike this card, the Hero's Charge. It's got your boy on it. Bringing up the rear, dude. 5 cost green action. Activate the following effects depending on the number of times friendly units have leveled up. 3 or more times you get shield. Everyone gets shield. 5 or more times everyone gets 1 and 2. 7 more times everybody gets flight. The whole family.
The whole gang. So yeah, this is kind of reminiscent of an old card that is not with standard anymore. Battle at the Summit. Except this one has a bit more of a catch at a more expensive price, where it's giving everything flight once you eventually do level up all those times, as well as protecting everything, which is I don't know, kind of interesting. How do you guys feel about the potential of growth making a big return?
I
think-
enjoy the idea because I've always enjoyed growth more since it's definitely more unit based and definitely requires a little bit more thinking of how you want to play out your units.
Yeah.
Growth is definitely probably the most fun mechanic out of all of the new mechanics that every set would introduce. I think growth would have to be my favorite one.
Dang.
But I will say that this card also reminds me of Ancestral Ceremony. Except you
Yeah,
have to work harder for it.
this does seem like ceremony because you are kind of putting them up in the air. They get like a buff. Shield and flight and buff. That's just crazy.
Yeah, the max value of this is a little crazy, but I'm actually not in love with this card. Um, especially compared to the red version of it, which we'll get to. But because I think until you get that 7 times, this card is kind of poor value for its cost.
Yeah.
Giving shield and that buff is really nice, but compared to the bad deal card with Larry on it that we got last set, that was giving everything shield +1/+1 and just kind of required the evidence and was 3 MP. This is just super expensive, and I get why, because getting flight to everything like that is super strong. How much was Ascension Ceremony? Actually, I don't even really
6.
remember.
6.
6? Okay, so yeah, definitely not as bad as that, but I think didn't Ascension Ceremony have like a little bit of a better buff for the whole board? Well, it just set everything
It,
to a certain stat.
yeah, it was
3/6.
weird. It was like 3/6.
Everything
Yeah.
has flight. Yep, 3/6. Everything has flight.
Yeah, but this is a
'Cause
little
you
bit
need-
harder to mess up, right? Because if you have a full board and you use this, then with the growth, then it's kind of harder to you can't just remove one unit. But I think in terms of its consistency, and its kind of game winning ability, it's not as strong as Battle of the Summit in terms of how strong of a game winner it is. It is going to be more consistent than Ascension, but unless you have that 7 times, it's going to feel real bad playing this in general.
How many did you need for Summit? Was it 5?
I think
it
it was
was,
also
yeah.
7.
I don't think
Really?
it was 7. I don't remember. But I will say that maybe this is Green's version of Exodia. Green finally got an Exodia card.
Maybe.
I don't know if this
Uh,
would count as an Exodia though, right? Because like this
No, it's bad.
is just going to inherently have counters.
3 flyers ready
Yeah,
to
no,
go
wait,
with a
so-
bunch of damage.
Yeah, Summit is 5, so that's just like kind of keeping that in mind. Getting 5 for Summit in growth decks was kind of difficult and inconsistent. The nice thing about this is this doesn't brick, but Summit was also just definitely more of
Yeah.
a game ender card than this is, I would say. Because flight and combo is way more kind of busted in a lot of the situations, and was a 2/2 buff. The only difference is if they remove that 1 unit, then you got nothing. But it also had the utility of resetting the attack lines, which was really cool. But yeah, even just playing growth decks back then, it was kind of awkward just to even get those 5 at times to play it at a right time. So needing 7 to get good value out of this and costing 5 is gonna be tricky. I don't think it's terrible. I think it can be good. I don't agree with Mystic that a lot of the cards that made growth difficult are being removed. I mean, it's still just gonna be, it's still difficult. Things will still die.
They would have to release a really good set of units for growth
Particularly-
to be good.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
particularly because green has much higher costing growth levels compared to red. Red has always been more consistent at getting those
Yep.
levels because they're much cheaper. Green has a lot of 5 like growth points to grow them. So green
Big
has always
donors.
had that problem, and this doesn't really help. That's why like Summit towards the end before rotation was getting a lot more play in like dual color growth decks because in purple and red you had those lower growths and it was much easier to hit those levels. Doesn't really have that anymore, and those 5 cost growth units are a little bit more awkward too to grow without the growth actions that green used to have. So it really comes down to what we'll see with units. Maybe green will get a lot more cheap growth units, but without that, and you definitely probably wouldn't play this in a dual colored growth deck because of how expensive it is.
I mean, you could.
You could. It's going to be really hard, really, with how expensive it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's. I don't know. Like, we haven't seen the full set yet, and there's potential that we might get some discounts. But yeah, for now, it's expensive.
Well,
Yeah,
I think-
so I mean, I have to go based on what we see.
Also in dual color, if you have a full board, it's probably because you're already winning. But like in situations where you're not like full stopping your opponent, you're probably gonna have just 1 unit. So having this card in your deck doesn't really make sense as a dual color deck.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, if you have a full board, then and they're waiting, it's probably because they're just going to destroy your full board anyways, or you're going to win.
Yeah,
So this kind of falls under win more.
yeah, and definitely not an Exodia, but it's really funny because it reminds me of like them making a despair type of card, quote unquote, or like X Hunters type of card because you have to like work for all these abilities, but this one by far has to be worse than those other ones.
Yeah, and you're probably going to have burned through a lot of your unit resources too to hit growth level 7. That it's going to be kind of hard to have good units for this to pop off on.
I think if they come out with 1 or 2 strong green growth cards, give it a couple stages, good to level up. I think it could make this a lot more viable, but it's really not a good feeling whenever, you're kind of counting on cards in the future to be revealed, but I still think it has potential. It's going to be crazy, I think, to see what happens with the card set where you have this and you have Trinity, because they have kind of a similar effect. I know it's going to be kind of a very ideal board to have, but I want to see an action phase where both this card and Trinity go off. Yeah, dude.
You'd have to be at 10 MP when you activate. and
Fucking
have a
way
full board.
ahead.
Yeah. I have thought about that. This with Trinity, I think that's just way too greedy on wanting that.
Trinity's going to see a lot of play though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely think Trinity's going to be a lot of play, which honestly kind of hurts this more in my mind because
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
you're going to
it's
have to
tough
be
to
very
fit
growth
both in.
heavy, and you're really playing very greedy if you want to run both of these cards.
I liken this to Trinity, though, so it'll be interesting to see how this compares to Trinity in the future. And when is Trinity being removed? Is that ATH?
Yeah, so 2 months. Or
Yeah, that's
next
right.
set.
So it's only one. That's right. I just said that. One set where you get to see these both in the same standard. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And if Trinity's too good, it's leaving soon after anyway.
Yeah. It's also kind of worth noting that if you are trying to do this with Trinity, again, could definitely change depending on what cards that we see that are coming out with growth, but you're kind of hurting your Trinity because you're lowering your tribe variety by needing to hit all those growth units.
If Green gets one more strong growth unit, I'm a riot. They already got a solid base with Nero, Nico, and Ava. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that I don't know if they want to make cards with lower requirements to level up because Ava is so strong.
Yeah,
The
that's
thing is-
kind of where it gets tricky.
The thing with green growth right now, though, is that it's very committal. And I guess that's by design, right? Because a lot of it's 5 cost and a lot of it is 5 growth, where you're just kind of waiting to play out your big dudes and then grow them with even bigger dudes or the same size dudes. Or dudettes, I guess, for, Nico and Ava. But the synergy's there already, so they could add more potentially. But at the same time, there's a lot of units that we're seeing so far, and we haven't gone through the rest of them yet, but a lot of them are just averaging 6 cost with these riders. And I mean, if there's just going to be a bunch of growth units at 6, then they need to have lower growth levels to be playable, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's kind of what's going to be tricky because, we do have, Nero and Ava are strong. Nero's just difficult to grow because of its high growth level.
Yep.
And or things like Nico, she only has 1 level. So
Yeah,
you're not getting a lot out of that. It's not like, even in the past, Chill Penguin had 3 different levels that he can grow, or maybe even 4. But then you have Legend Amy who has 4 levels, and these are all cheap to grow, cheap units. I mean, you even look at what's the guy that gives you Fordin Kazan? He has a whole lot of
Takeda.
levels. Takeda, yeah. There's just so many of those. So hitting those high level counts is a lot easier than in other colors than green. It's just 7 is a lot for green.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, there are multi-level cards like Nero and whatnot, but again, reaching all those levels with those single cards is definitely difficult.
And then at that time, to get real value out of this, you need to have the full board as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the what cards they bring in even though, like Ains pointed out, it's going to be like monsters, human, and machine. I'm still pretty hopeful to see more support for some of those in odd colors, except humans. Humans are everywhere. But like machines in black and purple and red. I don't think. I mean, the other thing red has for machines is Hyanard, really, right?
Mhm.
So
I mean, as far as machine support goes, there's definitely some stuff, but like it's very specific, like Penguin, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no one counts
Cannon
him.
driver.
Cannon
And Cannon
driver.
Driver, yeah.
Cannon
That's the-
driver will drop down and be like, I don't give a shit about your board of flight.
I feel like that's a card that like works on paper, and everyone's like, yes, it would be useful if, if, dude.
If everything wasn't power corrupt. Yeah.
Eh,
Also, this gets cucked by Roaring Typhoon.
oh, fuck. No, dude. That'd be
It
cool
doesn't
though.
take the 7 damage though, right? Because of the
Sure,
shield.
not until you ping all the shields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do lose the flight, which is kind of funny.
You play the new basic incendiary device, and then just kidding. No. Kami needs some love. I know, right? I need to make another Coral Kami deck. Oh wait, did
Right.
we all rate this the Hero's Charge?
No.
Ooh, there's a lot of shit going on in this fucking card art, dude. I didn't realize the big ass machine bug behind Gar.
He's from X3.
I say 3 out of 5. I was more optimistic about the card, but you guys just ruined my dreams. Just kidding. Yeah, 3 out of 5.
For me, it's a 2 out of 5. I think just to get
Damn.
decent value out of it is too much effort. There's kind of better options that recently released. And yeah, I mean, obviously, then you have to really tailor make your deck to focus on that growth. And I think it's a lot easier to counter than previous growth payoff cards. But you know, all of this can change depending on what green support green might get.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
With
win more
the,
card even if growth is decent. Ooh.
I'd still would prefer like Trinity in most situations.
Mm.
I'd rate this as a 3 out of 5 because in its current state, it's definitely not good and not what you would want to play for the meta. But if the meta changes drastically, I could see where this would have more value than Trinity. Like either getting the flight so you can beat purple because they have the slow dudes on the board, or like getting the shield because red's really good or something.
Mm.
I see its uses, but right now it's not good. It could get better if the meta changes. So it's a 3 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Give it a Gar out of Gar, dude. Yo, he's back. He's back with the faithful, dude. This 4-cost green action, dude. They're piling on these expensive green actions. Give one friendly green unit +1 attack, and then deal damage to all enemy units equal to that unit's attack. So, if there are 3 units, it would deal like whatever the attack is to each unit. I misunderstood this when I first read it. I read it as spread damage, and I was like, "That's awful, dude, that's awful, dude." But
Yeah.
it's we're getting a lot of like equally damage all cards on the field cards. It's pretty good.
I like this card a lot. Because in the current meta, in my opinion, I think Global and decks that are like try to rush you down are probably the decks to look out for. So if we're trying to like match the speed of Slowpoke, I think this is a really good card for green, because if you can ramp up a unit to a high attack, then you have a type of counter for those Atanis. And this is also a 4-cost, so it's right out of Unforeseen Interference's range of negate. But I like this card.
Collapse the negotiations without a drawback.
I disagree with that because collapsed negotiations isn't as counterable, and isn't potentially not too strong. Because it really depends on the attack of your unit, right? Like, if you have to throw this on a 1/7 feline, it's like you're hitting everything for 2.
Yeah.
It's not great value, considering how expensive it is. But I don't hate this card. I do think it can be very important in some matchups, and depending on where the meta goes, it's just going to be kind of tricky to make sure the unit that you're selecting lives, right? Because if it dies, then you're not getting that damage in the action phase.
It's high risk, but also high reward. And I think the high reward is necessary for the Slowpoke matchup. But
It is, but it's
I like
also it's also hard to know if it's going to be high reward again, because it depends on the units that we see and what units green runs, because again, a lot of them kind of come out really low attack, and so it wouldn't really do too much damage to kind of matter to Slurple in a lot of points. But in the Slurple matchup, it is not negatable too, so that's really nice. But then yeah, again, if they bounce the unit or steal the unit, then it's just 4 MP gone, and that's kind of can be a death sentence with how expensive it can be. I'm really curious. I'm curious to see if it shows. Well, yeah, because of the buff it's giving, you will be able to see which unit is being targeted with this. So it's not like Hakai in that sense where you can't tell what unit they targeted, because it will be getting an attack buff. So that's also something to consider if you're kind of comparing it to Hakai in that sense.
It could be an interesting reply, like if a card is about to be removed. I mean, I think what I was thinking for a while when I saw this card is that, like, since the attack is like mentioned first, it's like the attack is the important part. I mean, you could try to remove like a Frank, and then you play this in response, and you're hitting every enemy for 5. That sounds pretty dope, actually. It would be hard
Definitely,
to
yeah,
follow that up.
Yeah, there'll be situations where it's kind of valuable. It's just kind of, for me, that's just such a situation that's a little tricky to set up. Like, for real good value out of this compared to like Hakai or any of the other damages, they need to have a full board, and you need to have like a good attack unit, and make sure that they're not gonna really be able to interrupt or remove that unit while you are trying to get this off for 4 MP. So it's an interesting card. It's definitely something different for green, and I think it can be useful. It's really hard to say. My brain is just so worried about how much it can just fall flat for 4 MP.
I mean, we're getting the pros and cons, so I think, both sides are very valid, and yeah, definitely high risk, high reward.
Replacement for Maverick. Oh, hidden intent. Or oh no, we're talking about a growth based negate. It could be some.
There's already a growth base negate.
It's gone though, isn't it?
No.
Which one is that?
That came like around one of the Sengoku Basara expansions.
I've never used it, so I don't even remember which one it is.
I used it all the time in my purple green growth deck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did have purple green growth deck. I remember that. Wait, is it the one with the cats on it?
No,
That's the tribe one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they're
the
not
other
so
one.
fast. Sown in
Okay.
sand, yeah.
Sown in sand. Oh, that's right. He made a big poopy around him. You got me, you're right. 4 or less, you gotta be kidding me. 5 growth levels? It's impossible. You can always add more. No. Yeah, it's a pretty good card too. Listen, maybe they add another one. One more notable. Something with 2 memory on it. I think we rated acting in secret really high. I think we said great for that one.
Yeah, I like acting in secret.
Or we thought it was. I think we rated it great, but I keep running into situations where it's just like, nope.
I rated it high, but I don't know. I think you guys might have just said good.
Really?
Maybe.
But how do you feel about the faithful?
I think it's strong. I've heard some conflicting opinions on like it might be too good. To me, I don't know. To me, I feel like it's not that crazy, but I don't know. It's probably just good. Like I would run it as one of, and
Yeah.
it's pretty strong.
I feel like it would be a strong one of. 2 might be a little greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you start running multiples of these, you're in for a bad time. Especially because of like the specific kind of setup you need to get like actual good value out of it. I do like it as a one-off though.
Dude, PlayTap knows where it's at, dude. They're like this boy, dude. This boy. I'm gonna have an all guard deck, dude. He's already on like 5 cards. It's close, dude. Planned on it, dude. Yeah, so we're kind of all over the place. It would be nice to play, but I don't know. It's just green has a tendency to have these high cost actions that are just like requiring a unit is a little scary
just-
sometimes.
Spikes your anxiety of please don't remove this.
Exactly.
I hate
Feel
it.
unsafe.
Yeah.
The next card, which does not have the boy on it, Frederica, Ascended. I'm sorry, it's a 4 cost, 2/7. When it's ascended, give all enemy units take 5 damage after 13 seconds. It's got a time released bomb on all enemy units.
Yeah, this is the one that I've spoken to some people of, and they think this. Lots of opinions that they think this card's insane. I don't think it's that great. I don't think it's bad.
She cute.
Definitely don't think it's that great. Oh, the art's a 10 out of 10. She cute.
X out of card, dude.
I mean, it's more Ascension for green, right? And green, especially Yawn decks, love having access to viable Ascension that kind of hovers around 4 costs, right? And I mean, she's not going to replace Mia, right? But at the same time, like it's another option. And yeah, you probably don't need to play 3, but at the same time, maybe 1 might make sense in some situations. It's just a very slow ticker, right? 13 seconds would mean you'll take an attack.
Yeah, it's
Monster
just-
Hunters.
13 seconds, and again, I just think that green's neutral is kind of the weakest in terms of being able to sit and wait for the opponent to do something to react to. So like again, needing to wait for the board and then an additional 13 seconds after that is it's quite a long time for that damage to go off. So I feel like that gives a lot of time to counter. I had someone compare this to Rathian, which I kind of really disagreed with, because once you get that dot on your unit with Rathian, it's going to die. There's not really much you can do versus,
Yeah.
if you can set up a shield, if you be ready for a shield after 13 seconds for anything you need to save in particular or do something about. And I mean, they can't really seal it at that point either, because then they're going to remove the effect.
Mhm.
It's a little tricky.
It's awkward.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot more awkward situations for it. 2/7 for 4 is not terrible, but if you're playing like a 4 cost 2/7, you probably want it to do something a little more reliable and consistent.
Yeah,
many-
I'm glad that's how you feel about it because that's how I felt about it when people were like praising it, and I was kind of like, "That's 13 seconds is." I mean, we thought 13 seconds was a long time for Ieyasu, and it ended up not being too bad. But whenever you want to get the most out of this card, you'd want to ascend when the whole board is full, and you can put it on 3 things. But then you have to wait 13 seconds until they take the damage, and I think that's a very awkward effect. I didn't have a poll.
There's a lot you can do in that time to avoid that damage as well. Because when you think about it, it's just raw damage, right? So literally, this gets negated by Kakosho. Just a really well timed Kakosho that no one took damage. To me, that's very funny. And also, you can ascend over the unit. The effect doesn't transition, right? Or you could sacrifice if you're, I guess, black. You could, save it with bounce back to the pocket. There's a lot of ways to avoid the damage in that time span. So 13 seconds, it's a long time. Pretty close to 4 MP being built up. So you might be able to save at least one unit with a shield in that process. So like if you're using this to target a specific unit and hoping they die, and the opponent knows that you want to kill that one unit, they can at least protect that one, and the other ones it's like whatever. It's kind of interesting. And yeah, if you apply this on something that has like I don't know, curse extraction, then you're kind of killing yourself faster in a way.
It's interesting that this isn't in purple because I see this would like synergize really well with like halting things and delaying that so they don't get a hit in, and then they take the 5 damage. So this is weird that it's in green.
Yeah, green's getting some damage, which I don't know how I feel about that. It's different.
They're targeting. Oh yeah, they're talking about all the swarm boys.
Yeah.
I think it's. Go ahead.
I'm all for colors getting new tools.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think giving it to green is a little weird though because if you wanted to remove a card that's especially problematic and maybe you don't want to sit there for 13 seconds while this goes off, you want to seal and you want to play this card. You would be forced to play the seal first and then play this card. And I think that I could see wanting to damage a tough card with this, but then oh well, I can't seal it now, or else it'll take off that damage effect. I don't know. I think it's a 2 out of 5.
This is also a 2 for me. It's a cool, like, different tool. Just mainly because her stats aren't too bad, and you do have the nice monster human tags as well. And I could see her fitting into like a Yawn deck that wants a lot more ascension, especially with leader summons, everything like that. I definitely don't think you start adding any of her into the deck until you have 3 Mias in almost any situation. Because I think even just a raw Mia is kind of more beneficial than a raw this character. The fact that you're just getting a 2/7 flatline without the ascension is kind of weird. But there's most decks right now just kind of. I mean, I think this one probably definitely helps more against Slurple than the other card. So I do see some use in that. But there is a situation where it might feel like it helps against Despair, but a lot of the times after Despair uses their hero art, they're kind of okay with most of it dying in most cases. But this isn't even really like killing everything off in 13 seconds, right? Like they're not really relying on their units from there to last around for 13 seconds. They're just going to do more ascensions or curse extraction, and then that's what they want. So it's a bit awkward.
Just as planned on a unit. Interesting way to look at it. Chat said 3 out of 5. Me and Thirsty say 2 out of 5.
I don't know. I still like the cost and the numbers for Ascension, but Mia's definitely better. Yeah, it's tough. I kind of want to say 3 just because I kind of want to use it as a one-off, but we'll see.
What does Iowa think?
Get your pitchforks ready because I think it's a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Get him out of here.
The reason why I think it's a 4 out of 5 is because even though there's a lot of like counters and such, it's still a 4 MP card that you're using that forces your opponent to react. And if they don't react, then they lose something of value. So I think putting that type of card into green's utility is pretty cool. So I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Whether it'll be good or not in the later meta, it's still a nice design of a card.
Mm-hmm.
Know where this card would be cool? Orchestra. Yep. Definitely gonna be using this one. I don't know. Orchestra needs like strong units. It doesn't have any strong units. Or at least if it has the units, but it has no like support for it. Dies the Murderous, no good, dude. It's true. 0 out of 5. Yo, Faded Riders. Oh wait, yeah, I remember this one. This one's out of control. We got a 3-cost red legendary action, which you can probably just assume what it is, just by that. Activate the following effects depending on the number of times friendly units have leveled up. Got that 3-5-7 hierarchy, 4 damage split, art charge 4, and then 6 damage split. And that means this thing is basically Calamitous +1.
It's a Denjin Calamitous.
Yeah, pretty much. With an art charge 4 on it.
You have that 4 damage to break all the shields you got from your 5 MP growth card in green, and then you have the 6 damage to just kill everything.
God, the AP +4 though.
7 AP. I mean, this
think,
AP would be crazy if it wasn't for cooldowns, and Red has no way to just avoid cooldowns on their hero art, so.
Yet.
I know. That's the joke.
Yo, Mary's freaking out, dude. You see that? She is she's having she's pogging, dude.
He's like, you're still using Astalos? He sucks.
Maybe she's trying to be Rathalos. They're both got like their mouth open.
They're pogging.
They're both pogging. We're running away from a ring wraith or what the fuck this is, dude. Yeah, this card's pretty good. This is I mean, it's a growth thing, but I think there's already enough red growth in like basic that you can use, and I guarantee you'll be seeing this card in all those decks. This makes Grizzled Veteran look like shit. It kind of does. Growth boys.
I just like how, I wonder what the design for this was like. Just like, all right, the first 3 levels, what do they get? Damage, because red does damage. All right, the second one, art charge, because red does art charge. The third one, oh, that's all red does. I'll just do more damage.
Repeat. They need some conditions you'll never meet. It should have just kept going and going, like 9 times or more, 11 times or more, 13 times or more, 15 times or more.
More damage, more art charge.
More.
Eventually, it just does like burn and shields for no reason, and this card's wild. 4 out of 5 people say. 4 out of 5. Any voters? Oh yeah, Amy getting maxed, dude. It's 4 levels right there. Adding more 2 to 3 MP legendaries and slam damage in my deck, dude. Yes. Yeah, I think chat saying 4 out of 5 is good. I think 4 out of 5 is pretty safe bet. That's what I say.
I think it's definitely going to see play. But
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, Red's in a pretty good spot right now, I think, where, yeah, they are losing a lot of HBM stuff. And yeah, Denshin is probably not going to be as strong as it currently is. But that doesn't mean that they lose all of their, damage or potential threats. So they'll still be around.
RG growth becomes a thing. I'm sure Nero would like this. I think it's already been kind of dabbled with, and it's pretty good, especially for cards like Here, Let Me Pet You.
Yeah, red green growth has been a thing, and it's always been pretty good to solid. And
Not
yeah,
popular
hitting
at
that
all.
hitting that 7 times or more for red is pretty easy. If you don't remember how quickly they would get 12 damage grizzled veterans, that should kind of remind you.
2
I mean,
minutes
some of
in, they're
those-
like Rakoha.
Yeah, some of those like classic growth units went away though. Of course, Penguin Rashid, but there are still some really good growth units that are still around. I mean, mentioned Takeda already, which is very easy to grow once you do get them out there. But I mean, Legend Amy alone is probably the best growth unit in the game in the right situations. And then of course Hayabusa being is Hayabusa basic?
Yes.
I think so. Maybe.
Let's do a
I can't
fact
remember.
check.
That's a good card.
It is a
Hayabusa
good card.
good.
Hayabusa
basic,
good.
yeah.
Oh, he's a basic boy.
Yeah.
Literally a basic bitch.
So I think as long as red growth is relevant, you'll be seeing a lot of Hayabusa, because yeah, it will never rotate.
Look at all these growth cards we still have. Hold up.
Don't get
Oh, shit.
Isun back into the meta.
Yeah,
Ew.
look forward to that.
No thanks.
not looking forward to
Disgusted,
that one.
thank you. Wait. Hey, what did I do? Thought I pulled it up.
Pull what up?
List of growth cards in red, but I looked for just growth. I don't see Eason.
Oh, it's because he doesn't grow. He just has an effect when a unit grows.
Oh, I thought he would still have the word growth on him though.
Probably grow or level up when a unit levels up.
Oh, good point. What's going on, Lee? So, yeah, I guess they could add a few more growth cards. This is all the growth cards in red and standard right now. You guys don't want to use Miyamoto? Come on. Fix your game, Miyamoto.
Man,
Miyamoto's doing work in Secret's red black growth deck combo.
Oh,
deck.
yeah? Poggers, dude. Dude, Hayabusa. Ume. Maybe not Ume.
Ume's
Maybe not
that
Blade.
good. Blade's not that good.
Yeah, just putting out more units so they can die.
Yes, please, dude. Yeah, I guess they could use a boost. I thought
Yeah, I
there
think
were
that means
more
we'll
growth cards in
Definitely.
red.
I think that means we'll definitely see more, which is kind of scary to me just because, again, of the basic support that red has with growth. Mainly, just the stronger red growth gets, which means the stronger Isun gets, and that little shithead is a problem.
Where's Penguin 2.0? Stop asking for it. We'll get it eventually. I'm sure it'll be a nice little surprise for us to wake up to when we see this new set and be like, oh. So everyone's putting this at 4 out of 5? Is that where this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe.
I mean, low cost, strong ability. Already works with some pretty decent cards in the set. 5 out of 5. A lot better than
Practically-
greens, I'll tell you that.
It practically confirms that Calamitous should have been a legendary the whole time. This one. This is the first one. Oh, geez. This one, dude. Oh, this is the guy you're talking about. He's lifting weights. I never noticed that because it looks like the dragon in the back looks like a carnival game where you shoot the water stream into the little hole.
No, he's bringing in more weights.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought it was a carnival game. He's like, yeah, I'm lifted.
Theoshres is like weightlifting, bro. He's like, nah, bro. You can push that PR. You can push your max. Add more.
Not supposed to eat the weights though.
Look, he doesn't have thumbs. He's doing his best.
But how far? That's deep in his fucking mouth though. That's
You don't know that. He's got a big beard. It makes it look like his mouth is way more open.
but his teeth are showing on the other side, so that means that thing
Don't
is like
shame his poor little mouth.
either long mouth or that boy is like choking, dude. Choking hazard.
I just enjoy how they're both smiling.
Oh yeah. Darius, dude, 6 cost 6/3. Weirdest stats in the game, dude. Possibly weirdest stats. Death. Remove this unit from the game and then place the same card onto the field with seal. So it's kind of like Buddy System Wesker, except he comes back after he dies. Seal.
I think this card sucks. It's a 0 out of 5.
That
It is a
3
common.
HP stat line is whack, dude.
Dies to a zombie, then puts another one down that dies to a zombie.
The same zombie
That-
that's top deck.
I was gonna say
Oh
at
my
the top.
God.
It's a good trade-off.
I think it's funny
Oh.
how we have
Yeah.
so many humans and kind of their balance is like making it into humans and monsters. If you look at the tribes.
It's true.
Yeah, all the riders could have been just like even more human only, but at least they have their monsters with them. So it's dual tribe, but it's still a ton of humans. So I don't know. I guess that's a good thing. It's slightly different instead of like 40 humans.
Brad pointed out a good point. It dies to GDI instantly.
Dies to blockade.
Ouch. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, blockade's going away though.
I mean, that's the big problem, right? Like if he gets banished by GDI, you don't even get the death effect, so he doesn't come back.
Exactly. You get nothing.
But there are ways to even steal this card at such a low health against stuff like purple or like they have some ways to mess with like low health cards. Not to say that that's ever going to become popular, but the stats just aren't good, right? Like when you're playing a 6 cost in red, you want it to like stick usually. Like you don't want to use it as a quick, easy blocker. And I don't know. And what do you guys think? Will this, when he revives and seals himself, does it end up in the same slot or will it end up in a different slot?
It's based off the wording. It looks random.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, I feel like that's the logic. The logic is like, oh, you'll use this to kill a unit, and if it's like a 3 cost, then it comes back and it'll like if you're in a trade only situation where actions don't exist, I can see where value comes from this. But that's not the game we play.
What does Tube Foxes say? Place this unit in the same board slot. So yeah, it could be. I think
Right.
it's gonna be random.
Yeah.
Dude, that means if you played this and then you played, what do you call it? Gold Orb. Poggers, dude. Cloning. That's
You just
fucking.
gotta find a way to give him gold orb in your dual color deck.
I know a way. I figured it out.
There's definitely a way.
There's a horn you're tooting right now. I'm imagining.
Human coral, yay, dude.
Human monster coral.
Oh,
It's true. I mean, I think all
Yeah.
these dual tribes could be giving a little bit more wiggle room, but we'll see.
The problem is they all cost like 6, so you need to figure out which ones you can play first to actually get the coral off.
I do suppose that is
If you want to knock out both tribes at the same time, right? So I don't know. Like I feel like they're making them expensive for a reason. It's supposed to be 2 units in 1, lol. But it's not really. Like they're still being treated like a normal unit, just more high costed. And I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't really know what they were thinking with this one, but it doesn't seem like this guy's going to see much play outside of like a few gimmick decks.
Just you wait.
Yeah.
I'll use them.
Because these numbers are pretty similar to Urian, the lock based one, right? Urian's
Oh, yeah.
5-3, 5-2, I forget. It's
5-3.
It's 5-3, right, for Urian? But the problem is
Yep.
Urian can actually like discount and be played for like nothing. Like this guy never gets a discount, naturally anyway. And he doesn't get any perks. Like if they made this guy a growth unit, not saying he should get like a shield on growth or something, but maybe give him a little extra health. And I've seen the argument like, yeah, you can antibody him, you can blazing wall him. Well, yeah, you can do that with any other unit in the game, and they're also going to be better than this guy. And also, like, yeah, riding the giant weapon. But even if you ride the giant weapon, this guy, he's going to lose to a full evidence rules are rules with -7 health, which is kind of sad.
Dude, everyone
But then
gets
you
set
get
off
him
when I
again, and
say
you can
AA.
try it again.
Yeah, and then he just dies to a zombie.
What set is riding the giant weapon? I believe it's ATH.
Yeah, we have giant weapon a little bit longer, which is pretty good for the aggressive red decks. Like you can do some cute stuff though because of the fact that this is both human and monster. So the human-based buffs will work, but also the monster-based buffs will work. Specifically Conga power, right? So you can give this guy rush if he's in your hand. Maybe a little bit of RNG involved, but you can give him rush, and you can also pull him back to the pocket because of the whatever that self-bounce monster card is from the Ada set. I forget the name right now.
Oh, yeah, I
Rekindling?
know this.
So that will give a 2 MP discount. So you could pull back a sealed version of Darius and then play him out again fresh for only 4 MP. But again, that's a very expensive combo. Those were probably the best combinations I could find when going over it last week. But that's not worth it because this guy costs 6.
You could heal
Yeah,
him with
it's
the
super expensive.
the guy that heals, that does the damage to a monster and then heals him a bunch. Does he? How much damage does he do?
Yeah.
One.
What is it? Begins with the B or whatever. What was that guy's name? Make sure we look up these cards.
Keep on to say Bull Drum, but he's not Bull Drum.
It's not Boldrum, right? Or maybe
It's Rudolph, dude. Red-nosed reindeer. What's his name?
I wish I knew every name at all times.
Bonbaro.
Bombaro, there we go.
And
I knew it was a B.
Dun, dun, dun,
But
dun.
Bombaro does 2.
Baskin Robbins.
How much does Bombaro do?
2 damage and then heals him
Ooh,
for 4.
deal
So then he'd
2.
be a 6/5. Oh my god.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's about it.
I'll do it. Monster Coral, baby.
All those monster things, though, I did forget about all that monster support. So Chris completely flipped my opinion. This guy's a 0.5 out of 5.
Whoa.
I'm just saying there are support cards for monsters that have been around for a while, but at the same time, like, are you going to rely on playing Shoryuken with this guy, giving him Conga power, and then just sliding it in there as a rush card that costs 6 that isn't FD Ryu? So it's not guaranteed to get a hit in, and then just give him Shoryuken and then win the game? It might happen a couple games, but I wouldn't rely on that every time.
It's a common card for a reason.
Yep. Although some common cards are stronger than other ones, let's just say that.
Yeah, this man's abs look like they're like They don't look like they're actually there.
Just giving you that smile. Want to see me die? Want to see me do it again?
Want to see me do it again while I'm locked up? We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when I swarm with this. Ha ha ha. That's garbage. Let's see some. One person voted. They're like, yes. Is that the last one? I think that might be it. Oh,
That's
we
pretty
got
much
the
it.
censored card. Censored card that everyone's like, wow.
The mystery card.
Freaking out, dude.
We haven't gone over that yet, have we? And on the cast,
Holy shit.
right?
It's loud as hell. We have not.
Oh, I was loud. Sorry.
No. The with Twitter video, it's
Oh, the video. Yeah.
immediately goes to maximum volume.
So
Hey, we know it's Mary now.
it has to be Mary, right?
Yeah. It's definitely the card art that we saw.
Convinced. Because someone freezed it at the right time and was able to confirm that yes, it has flying, and yes, it has 6 health, and yeah, there's a very good chance it's red. Why are they playing in a red-green deck though? That bothered me. I mean, there is human synergy though, so I understand.
Dude, they're trying to throw you off the trail, dude. And
Yeah.
wouldn't you like to know?
So what do we think is going on here? Can anyone accurately explain every single effect that Mary, the legendary, is doing here?
Dango had a pretty good explanation.
Go for it.
I have to read what he posted. Let me see.
It's
Dango
a
said, my theorized effect is it takes the art cooldown and applies it to its own effect until another hero art is used. I also think it's most likely art charge acts based on unit cost and likely has nothing to do with damage, but instead it is solely based off of the hero art. You can see it clearly lose flight after first Shinku, then on second Shinku it regains flight. So it's likely flight, your hero art is used art charge 5 or based on unit cost reset. This is a lot of text. Anyways, I think what he's trying to say is that it gains flight based on you using your hero art. Is one of the things he was saying.
Okay.
I still don't
'Cause-
agree that we clearly see it lose flight after the Shinku because I still see
I'm
it bounce a little
staring
bit.
at
Yeah.
that, and I don't. It kind of
I'm not
stops
sure.
oscillating, but
Yeah, I don't think it gains flight either. Now I'm looking at it again. No, it
No,
didn't
what-
lose flight.
On play, it gets flight. Like that is confirmed. Like it's already flying because she's riding a Rathalos or whatever, Rathalos kin. Which are usually flying creatures as far as I understand. So, but there is like a little bit of a pop when the Hadouken hits, right? So to me that looked like it was a shield breaking of some sorts. But it's possible that it's like maybe losing flight, but at the same time, like you can see like the box that's covering it is kind of still like bouncing up and down, which implies that it's always flying, right?
It is
So I really-
always flying, but it's
I
getting
really can't
an
tell
additional
like what that
effect.
pop is. If it's like a shield that she gets, but then it breaks and then they get the AP. Like I get
Oh,
it's from the effect bird, but at the same time, like something's happening to the card.
You know what it is? I bet you it's when a enemy unit dies, gain 5 AP. Bet
It's
you
not
that's
every
what it
time
is.
though.
It's not every time because the Zangief
Oh.
dies and it doesn't
Like
get
the
anything.
5 AP and the cooldown only happen after the first kill, and they go out of the way to show the second kill doesn't do it. Like no
Maybe
extra
it's-
AP, no cooldown.
Maybe it's like effective for one trigger.
It seems to be only one time, but like something happens to the unit both times, right? Because you see that popping effect
Oh.
when both Hadoukens hit. But that special effect that happens the first time
doesn't trigger the second time, even though the unit's still doing something.
Maybe it's like the new Jill, where it's like the first time you get 5 AP, the second time you get something else. I don't even know what that something else is.
You get a
but
broken shield.
yeah, you get something. But I see what you mean. That makes sense.
So it could be from a death by damage effect, which is very common in red, right? It could be hero art activated. We don't really know. Like, it could just be a unit died. Like, there's like 3 or 4 different things that could trigger that effect.
Correct. I will say that this is really good marketing on their part, because it makes
It's
it
a nice
makes you
teaser.
really think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
lot of
we've been-
people are tweeting about this.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure it out, but like I think most of us are kind of close to the idea now based on just what we see. But I think there's like something we're missing out here. I mean, we won't know until we get to read it.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
And
it's
they got
definitely-
blue headband Ryu. Guys, go out and buy the skin.
Yeah. But we've seen the art. It's, you know, she's a 5 cost 3/6, right? Dual tribe, of course. And there was a teaser for like some other rider arts as well, but we don't know what all those cards do yet. Well, they showed Darius with the rest of them, but there's some other red and purple cards in that video that they haven't shown off yet.
I can't freaking
And I
wait.
think that's all we know.
Every time they show a trailer, man, I don't know. I'm always hyped for trailers.
It's funny. The first time I watched this Twitter video, I didn't even notice that he used Shinku twice in a row. I was just like, "Oh, new card." Yeah, I didn't even notice it. I was just like, "Oh, cool video, new card."
Cool video.
I think it was I don't know. I guess when I was watching it, I was a bit more awake and I had an idea of like what was going on. I guess I was more confused by the black box. I was like, wait, what is this?
This is lazy
oh,
art,
new card?
dude.
Is there a new card? And then
You're
when
like-
I mean, when I woke up and saw the trailer for the expansion, I thought it was leaked or something by TEPPEN by accident.
That's what I saw when I woke
had
up
no
because
idea
I
what
was
going on. I
like,
did they just leak the trailer that was supposed to come out later?
What if it was an accident, but then they just like ran with it?
I don't know about that.
it'd be funny, but a new card go brr.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty strong card. I mean, you're going to see it in red green most likely. I mean, you'll definitely see it in every red deck. Seems like it's going to be very popular for GDI, at least. I don't know
I
if you
just
play her
don't-
in Celestial, but you know, maybe.
I just can't think of that many arts you have to use back to back.
Well, I saw a couple situations like when I was watching Mutsuki play, and he plays Shinku still. He's been doing pretty well with it, but he did lose to a Despair one time, and it might have been pointless because they had Curse Extraction, right? But he was built up to 2 Shinkus at the time. Like, he had more than 40 AP, but he had to wait on a cooldown, and he couldn't Shinku a poison that was about to kill him because he had to wait. I don't know. It got me thinking. Like, there's probably some situations like that. I mean, Shinku's going to be the most like default example, right? But I think Ami players also play very passive and patient with GDI because they don't want to use it at some certain points on like one unit, right? If they can just blow it up, they want to wait for like a more full board, especially against something like Despair. And if they have access to like instant GDI back to back against something like Despair, that sounds pretty good to me.
Thunder Edge back to back, so you can give 2 attack and agility once to a card.
Obviously, the buffing arts you're probably using as soon as you get them, right? Like double Shoryuken is probably never going to happen in that time span, but it's not meant for arts like that, right? It's just buffing the more damaging one.
Yeah, but like for something like Thunder Edge 2, if you got like 2 units on the board, and then now you can just do to both of them instead of just piling it onto one, right? Spreading the pressure there, and now you have 2 double agilities coming at you.
Yeah, but again, it depends on what exactly triggers that cooldown reset.
Yeah, that we don't know about yet.
Double hard tank would be good. You think so?
These'll come in handy.
Good against red.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just skeptical. I'm having a hard time thinking of arts to be played back to back. But you're probably right. There will be situations where you'll want it, but I just can't imagine it's gonna be that often that you'll be like, "Yeah, brother, let's do it."
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it can be brutal, especially if you can like just even interrupt. That's 2 times you can interrupt without,
Yep.
eating.
Yeah, I think even something like Antibody would definitely see use out of it, and I think Jill might become more popular again with the Antibody more than the Ultimate Weapon going forward, hopefully. But
Double Genesis, go!
I was gonna say
Yeah,
double
like-
Genesis. Yeep.
you want to do double Genesis or whatever, like maybe double Ultimate Weapon, but
Double Ultimate Weapon
Depends.
could be really fun because when you play against black, I have learned to only grab the damn thing whenever you know you're gonna need it. Because incense boys, so I could be like, could be fun to pop that twice and then play one of those and be like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yep. And then like Dango was saying, you can do some pretty good stuff with, I guess, red green. Double Kokosho would be interesting, but of course you need the board for it. Double Spire potentially, just to spread it across the units.
Double Coral
Even
Pug.
like double Devil Breaker or something. That's just like, adding more buffs on there, more spillover maybe on the same unit. I don't know if that's necessary, but it's something you can do.
Double Hey Nico, go!
Yeah, assuming
Yeah.
the cooldown actually works decently for all these hero arts to be viable. It could be an interesting card for a lot of inclusions, but I don't know if red green is actually going to be. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about like red green's viability going forward because they do lose a lot. That really kept them competitive, thanks to Haunted by Memories.
That's why they're pushing all this growth stuff.
Yeah, growth is another reason. Like if it does turn into a growth meta, which it probably, I don't know, probably not, while Slow Purple's still around, but I guess there's potential. Need to see what the new growth does. But growth is really hard to do in dual color unless it's very cheap and easy, like Thirsty was saying earlier.
Two tomboy.
Ugh.
Yes.
You know what I kind of wonder is if this card, because the first 5-drop, you slap it down and you win the game card was Heavenly Kickstun. That was like the first card where if you just slapped it down, you probably won. And then right now, our version of that would be Strider, in my opinion. And I'm wondering if this card, you could just like slap it down at the beginning of the game and you can just win with it.
Mary?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Just because to get
Yeah.
advantage of the double hero art, you really need to build up that AP. And she is, you do get some charge from it.
Mhm.
But we don't know when that activates.
Yeah, it's something to consider too. Like you don't have to use her when you have 2 hero arts stocked up, right? Like since she is giving you like 5 AP, you can use her, while you're still under your second one, right? And then kind of get just enough for the second one. Or even if you're a little short, you can just play another unit out maybe, and then all of a sudden you'll have enough AP and you won't have to worry about that cooldown because classic TEPPEN, right? You wouldn't be able to see your cooldown before you got the hero art back, and then you by the time you get it back, you might still have a cooldown, which is frustrating. But you wouldn't have to worry about that if she's active.
I wonder why Ryu has a headband that's blue, but Chun is still wearing her original outfit.
She
Like,
didn't have
it's
$1,000 to
code.
spend for the pink dress.
It's code.
It's
There's gonna be a new blue color.
I would love a new color in this game. Not gonna lie, but they'd have to add so many cards to catch up with the other ones. It's probably not happening at this point. I mean, they don't have to, but it feels like they would have to do more.
I mean, they could do a neutral color, like gray.
I've liked the idea of like neutral or wild card cards that can go in like any color, but I also understand why they might not want to do that.
I think it would balance the game. The more tools that you have equal to each other, you have a lot more design room, and then the game becomes a little bit more skill based.
Yeah, but if it happens where the neutral cards become super strong, right, and like meta defining, then every deck would be using the same card over and over again, which could be bad. And then if that ever were to happen, where neutral cards were actually meta, they would maybe have to add in perks for running more
Colors.
dedicated decks that don't run neutrals. Yeah, like color synergy rewards
Yeah.
and
Okay,
stuff
that
like
makes
that.
sense. Yeah.
Just to bring some more incentive to like not having to use neutrals all the time if they're like super good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a couple design theories around that, but I'm also in favor of it. Like I like the idea of wild card type expansions. I like the idea of, you know, potential colors or dual color cards, right? Cards that can only be played in certain color combinations. But at the same time, it kind of ruins the deck creativity as well.
I think this card is gonna. It's too specific for me. I feel like in order to capitalize on the 5 AP, it's gonna be something like destroyed by effect damage. So in order to guarantee that, you're gonna have to have it on your hero art, and that's just like it limits it to not a lot of arts.
Yeah, not even ultimate weapon would count.
Yeah,
'Cause
if you
off
try
the
to blow it
card.
up and they eat it, you're not gonna get the 5 AP.
That's
Unless it's
hilarious.
literally an enemy dies, which I don't know if it's gonna be that generic, but I don't know. I mean, it is cool to see Hadoken used twice in a row, but it's not like Hadoken really needed support.
You're gonna do double GDI.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, Hadoken, GDI, let me see. It's crazy. I don't really hate Hadoken, but I hate me some GDI.
Yeah, 6 damage to the entire enemy board. Wow, so good.
Unless you have Goddess up, then it's 8 damage to the entire enemy board.
Oh my god, so good.
8.
This is exactly what I needed to play Teppen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just another great legendary for Red at the end of the day, and something that every single deck of theirs could potentially include. And of course, it's another 5 cost, which is just what we need.
Yeah, more
Red,
5-cost humans.
I think it's just going to be
Yeah.
used in a couple decks.
You can definitely Bombaster. I don't think we mentioned that yet, but you can definitely Bombaster.
Oh yeah, Bombast. Yep.
Mm,
That's fine.
and
you
Conga
know,
Power.
You
Can
could
do it
Conga
without
Power.
any punishment. No Alfred's here.
I do think
Bring
Monster Shoryuken is going to be pretty scary next month,
Monster, sure you can. Oh yeah.
especially with the flight still being around. Like we still got the Rathalos with Rush, multiple Rathalos with Rush actually, the legendary and the recent epic, and now we got a girl riding a Rathalos, which
Can we
also
talk about how late this block is from Chun? I mean, girl, get your shit together.
And then the Ryu not like
I mean, they're playing
getting that
Zangief, so.
one finger swipe for that hero art before it hits you.
He's like, whoop.
There are, yeah, Dango mentions there's monster buffs in green. Very true. There are multiple ways to buff monsters in green, actually, which is kind of scary. And the newer monster buff adds heavy pierce for some reason. Again, not
Good
the
lord.
greatest buff to put on a flying unit, but it is still a stat buff on top of that. So just in case there's other flying units, I guess you would have that piercing.
Yeah, and also just depending on what actually is triggering this effect, even if you don't do double hero art, playing a 5 MP unit that gives you 5 more AP is also still just good, right? Like in most like any decks, like art charge is just good, and this one is like without giving them art charge, kind of like the Dan thing. So even if you wouldn't really save up for double celestial, if you play a unit that's going to give you way more AP, like double the AP of its value, you probably would still play it.
I
Art
mean,
charge is one of the craziest mechanics in the game for sure.
If
Like a
if
good
the
art charge.
if the art charge had an easier, more flexible condition, I'd be more for it. But it seems
Well,
like
that's
it's
the
one of
thing, we
those
don't know the
destroyed
condition
by
for it, right?
effects.
Could be. Yeah, there could be.
Yeah, but it could be, but we
Oh, you
just
know
don't
what? Oh no, that's not it.
What?
I almost had a big brain moment.
Hmm.
I was like, what if the art charge is equal to the spillover damage from Hadouken? I'm looking at this video too much because it would be 4 instead of 5, but it's not. That would have been really cool though. That would have been interesting. But it's not.
Art charge
So-
equal to how much damage you do with your hero. Or wait, no.
Forget I
What?
said that. Yeah, because like
and
that would have been interesting. I don't know.
I think we did find out that the unit has 6 HP, right? So it's already
Yeah, it's
Not
3/6. That's on the artwork as well. But the 6 was in the video confirmed because of someone taking a screenshot at the right time. And flight.
Oh yeah, you can kind
Yeah.
of see it.
Yeah.
yeah. So 3/6 for 5 MP with flight with any extra bonuses. It's that's not bad. So
Why does it
good.
stand out that much? Look how much it stands out. Can't see the attack, but you can see the HP. That's weird.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah, it's because of the, I guess, animation.
It's subliminal
Or the-
messaging.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
it's,
like
bet
any
you the-
Sixers.
Hell yeah.
I bet you the second ability is something lame like gain +2 attack.
I guess the stats could change. We
Nah.
don't know.
it would do something like splash the board for 12 damage.
Yikes.
Yikes, dude.
I mean, that sounds like red. Am I winning yet? Am I winning yet? Okay, how
Am
about
I
now?
winning
Am I
yet?
winning yet?
So I think that's all the news stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if you showed the video with other teasers, the red and purple cards.
Red and purple cards. Wait, what?
Play TEPPEN Asia, you'll have to go probably scroll down a little bit. But there's another video that shows like the artwork like with Mary and some other stuff.
What's with the angel girl with a bunch of army robots?
That's the goddess.
The goddess of robots?
I mean she has like these robots doing her bidding or something.
Oh, so it's like canon. Okay.
That's part of the story, yeah. The goddess is
Oh.
like the bad person in Breath of Fire 3. Like she created, you know, everything because she's a goddess, but she also like thinks dragons should be extinct or something. So she wants to kill the dragons and she has those robots helping her.
Oh. They for some reason look like they were from Mega Man, so I was just like, why did
Oh, the
she-
robots are from Mega Man X.
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
They're just tying it together a little bit.
Well, here's the stuff we haven't seen yet. There's a Kirin
Yeah, so
rider.
there's
There's
all
a
the-
Tigrex rider.
Yeah. And someone was able to freeze it and get all the stats for the cards, but the purple girl we know about now. She's in there.
Argatail.
Yeah. So we know 3 of these cards, but the one on the far left, Mary, is just, you know, based on the teaser. So we don't know the exact details.
Holy
But then, yeah, there's some
shit,
other
that's a lot
mystery
of
ones
6
too.
costs,
But
bro.
yeah, you see how they're like all 6 costs other than the legendary, right? And you notice that all the waifus are legendary or epic, and the dude is common. Yeah, Gung Ho knew what they were doing.
Put the waifus up
Yeah.
there. Make them harder to get.
Yup.
These are all the cards you could get from the next SP pack. No.
I do like how they made them into epics, so your chances of getting them are a lot better.
That's true. They could have gone
They could have made them
full
all. Yeah.
full waifu mode.
Yeah, like you can't get this card unless you hit the secret rare, chance. But yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna go
Waifu
further
bait.
than
Oh man.
that.
Yeah,
I
we
really
haven't
don't wanna
seen.
Oh, I was just gonna say I really don't want to see the secret arts and like people rage over them.
Oh
That'd
no.
be wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
we
haven't
assume I'm
Yeah,
totally
right.
thinking about it, dude. It's gonna be waifu coral, dude.
seen-
If you think I'm afraid to run some 6 costs, You clearly didn't see that one game where I had 5 cards in my hand that were all 6 costs, and I was like, well, that's the end of that. That was with Denjin Coral. That was with Coral Burn. That was fun.
Coral Burn. That's the classic right there.
That was actually really funny to beat a Denjin with it. It was like, yes, right.
Yeah. All right, calm down, chat. Calm down.
Everyone's like, remember, we also have Kaka, dude. We got Booba. We got something for the other, for the fellas, dude.
Did you call it Kaka? So like Waka the Kaka?
Kinda.
Yeah.
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 It's like that.
I'm curious to see what these other ladies are doing.
We haven't seen Gar's card yet. I know, right? He's only on like 5 of them already, but he does have one.
Hmm.
Dude.
Hmm.
He's in the video they had. Yeah, it was only when we were looking at this, I showed this on stream, I was like, bro, we got cards in here we haven't seen yet. The Dragons of War. I should have brought up the English version. That's alright, though. Just look at the whimsical pictures, though. So big it can't be blocked, dude. We got the goddess here who still refuses to put a shirt on, but she's got this this thing in front of her. You know, kind of. I'm sure Austin Powers style, like censoring her. You don't have to put any clothes on. That's fine. We got her going to the robots. She's pretty much. She doesn't want to pay workers, minimum wage. She's going to the robots.
It's a very deep story, all right? Please refer to the character chart for all the information. We should go back to that again.
Oh, yeah.
I always love looking at that.
Never put a shirt on, my lady, dude. My lady, dude. Got these. We've already seen this. Looking very epic. Epic Dragon Machine War. And you got Gar, and then you got Gar's other card.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen this one yet. He coming though. Not there yet, but he's coming.
So that's all the Breath of the Wildfire we know about.
You think we'll get an extra skin?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I mean, I think there might be. I don't think anyone will get it though.
What? Do you think it would just be Ryu as Ryu?
No, Ryu as Ryu doesn't make sense.
Now you can get
with all the purple
Ryu.
particles.
Oh yeah.
Blue headband Ryu to go right next to blue hair Ryu.
Mm-hmm. Blue hair.
New Ryu skin. Oh.
Again.
That's not very exciting. He's already got 6 skins. Dude, there he is again. Dude, this man is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Have to figure out how to separate them and tell them apart. I've seen some interesting ideas. I like Priyu as as an option since he'll be purple. I had Dragu as one of them since he does turn into a dragon. He's a little dragon boy. I mean, he's also of the brood, so I guess Brudu, or no, that doesn't really work.
Brudu, dude.
Ryu.
Like someone said Bryu. Yeah, I forget who.
That's pretty funny.
Someone said Bryu. Since it is blue hair, but Bryu could also be confused for blue headband Ryu, so I wasn't really.
I mean,
sold on the idea. I don't know. Like, there's so many different ways you can say a single name, right?
have you ever seen Ryu and this new Ryu in the same place? I don't know.
No.
No.
What about Kid Ryu?
Kid Ryu?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
We got Street Fighter Kids, the new TV show.
He's a big dragon man.
I'm gonna like this set. I'm gonna like this set a lot.
He does indeed turn into a big dragon. Not really a spoiler, since that's like every Breath of Fire game ever. But yeah.
6:25. Let me put this on the fridge on the calendar. It's 6:25.
Friday. There's a lot of stuff happening Friday.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for just so much information. You're just gonna be like,
Please don't plan on sleeping on Friday, okay? I mean, there's probably going to be a little pocket of time that you can sleep on Friday, assuming you don't work those specific hours. But early in the morning, we're getting the Japanese, headliner, right? Where not only are they going to start showing more reveals of this expansion that's coming July 1st, but also second-year anniversary details.
Woo.
And they have a couple YouTubers as guests. I can't remember the names right now. I'm sorry. So that'll be cool. And I will expect a few more cards. We should probably do a show around then, right? We'll do a react.
oh yeah.
During those hours. After that, later in the afternoon, we have the NA stream from Play TEPPEN, kind of recapping all the news as well as potentially extra bonus information for the anniversary. I can neither confirm or deny. And then later that night, we got WCS Top 32, Day 1, playing until Top 8 all night long. So, yes, very busy day.
They don't have what do you call it? The YouTube premiere thing for the TEPPEN headline yet, and that's upsetting.
There's a link to the YouTube video in the... Where is it? They linked it in a news post somewhere. I could literally message you the link since I have it saved in my favorites.
Listen here.
It's definitely available somewhere on the site, but it might be down. Did you find it?
I found it.
Yeah. I
Second
literally
year
sent
anniversary special.
I literally sent a link to the YouTube video in the EX podcast chat. I sent it to all you guys, and I said, bookmark this link.
And I said, you got it.
Well, at least I bookmarked it.
And I said, I don't bookmark things, but I just said it verbally by myself.
Yes, bookmark this link. And
I'm on it, dude.
Probably share it in the chat as well, if we can.
Yeah, let me share it in the chat. Let me put it in the
But that is
the calendar.
That is the live
25th,
Japanese
7 a.m.
TEPPEN Play TEPPEN Asia headline, where you'll see the news there first, but also we will be rebroadcasting it, of course, and trying our best to quote unquote translate all the details. Like they've been good about offering translations on at least the new cards. So at least we'll get that.
This is at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. my time, at least. Oh man, I'm moving west soon. That means this shit's gonna be at 4.
Hell yeah! Welcome to my
Yoicks. No, I don't want it. We'll assume it's an hour and a half. Look at that shit, dude. Busy. Oh wait, no, it said busy before. So we got the TEPPEN headline, JP, and then when's the NA headline? That's 4
I don't know
p.m.
the exact time. I think it's later in the afternoon. Yeah.
What the? Oh, I got a notification in my Discord, and I was like, "What is this?" It's PSO stuff. What's that doing? So I believe the stream with history starts at 3. We'll put it in 3 for now. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. to 5. TEPPEN headline TEPPEN. We don't have a link for that yet, so you got all that stuff. It's kind of hard to see on the thing, but you got on the 25th, you got the EXGP starts, the most exciting EXGP of Unlimited.
Yeah.
And you got the headline, you got the other headline, and
Yeah.
you got WCS final round day 1 starting the night of. Ooh.
It's a good day. It's a good day to enjoy some Teppen.
Oh, while you have the calendar open, I actually have something else that you can add to this lovely thing.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
I got something you can do with your calendar.
Right
In the
here.
month of July, on the 17th, there's going to be a tournament.
Oh.
What's that about?
That's all I can say for right now. Is that it's going to be on the 17th.
Pog,
Ball.
dude.
I can say more.
Oh, if Iowa can say more, Iowa can say more. I guess
Please. That's all he can say.
I definitely can say more.
Go for it.
More.
There you go.
Got him. Got him.
You said more.
Was waiting for that.
Yes,
Did not
thank you.
disappoint.
But yes,
That's the right link.
that'll
right?
be the day for the next TCS community tournament. It will be on a Saturday this time, so we're hoping to get
Oh no, I seem
be a
to have
better
hidden
time.
it.
It'll be really big. So I will say me and Iowa are working a lot on the back end to get this for Teppen's anniversary to be a super big, awesome tournament. Also just kind of working on a lot of production stuff to make it look even nicer. It's gonna be tight. So far we got cosplay signed up for commentary. And then yeah, if anyone
Nice.
I highly recommend everyone prepare to participate and play in the tournament, but if anyone else just kind of wants to help with the tournament, probably will need it, so that's also open. Timote, if you're out there, if you guys
Damn.
aren't busy.
Calling out Timo.
Oof.
He's helped in the past, and he's very helpful.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Timo's a great helper.
Emo, bless this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Bless this mess, dude.
What a
Oh, yeah.
mess.
I figured out how to unhide it,
mess.
y'all.
You know,
We still got.
I always appreciate the community events. This past weekend, pretty good event. Thirsty was on holding it down solo. Did a pretty good job running things smoothly. Kind of
Shoutouts. To...
doing everything at once.
Thank you. Yeah, this tournament was really fun. Obviously it was Father's Day weekend, so not too many people could play, but it still ended up being a really awesome tournament. This was the low tier tribe tournament, so no humans, no monsters, no machines, which ironically enough is pretty much what this whole next set looks like. That was kind of like a weird early call out, I felt like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. So there's definitely some awesome matches. I highly recommend King Woo Woo Woods and Black Lions, Coral versus Bringer of Nightmares match. There was a lot of Despair Spirits as well too. It felt very similar to when Oichi first came out and everyone was trying out spirits, and it was just like slobber knockers between units just kind of going crazy. And it was really fun. It was super cool. We also did a raffle this time, so that's something I'm probably planning on continuing forward for these. Is for anyone that participates, you'll be entered in for a raffle, and we'll figure out what the prize is going to be, for each time.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Mystic on winning that raffle, by the way.
Nice.
And congratulations to Mori for winning the tournament against Ainsworth too.
Oh shit.
One of Japan's finest.
Yeah, and it was really cool. Also, like, Ainsworth's decks were really cool. If you saw like some of the back and forth on Twitter for Mori and Taku, they were just kind of going off on Ainsworth's deck building, which is really cool to see. We're seeing a lot more, interactions between JP and NA community, and I love to see that. It's a big reason why I love doing all of this. A big shout outs to Maury too, because Ainsworth lost to a crash at the very end in grand finals, and TCS ruling is that disconnects would be a loss, unless the opposing player is offering and willing to do a rematch. And without even any ruling whatsoever, Maury was just like, "No, we're rematching." you guys can't see the Tanamel chats that we see in there. Ainsworth was in there, but Maury was like, "No, we're rematching this. I don't care." And Ainsworth did get the reset, so we did get to see some more matches, which was awesome.
Very good.
Yeah, and then we did have the exhibition between the True Asian and Stout Killer. As Dongo put it in chat, it was the battle to see who would be the second most hated in the in TEPPEN. So that that was fun. We didn't get to see the last match because of spectator issues, but True Asian did take it 3-0. And shout outs to Stout Killer, taking his lumps like a champ, especially after the Reddit post. Definitely embraced the meme that it became, and they just had a good exhibition. And Stout Killer did donate to the prize pot and did offer to donate to charity as well. So that was very cool of him. The prize pot also got up to $250, which was awesome. Started the stream, it was at $50, so it's really cool to see. It was definitely a much smaller tournament, but it was just as fun and just lots of cool stuff going on. It was great. So thank you everyone that participated, that watched, that was chilling. It was fun. Oh, sorry. I do want to talk about the weirdest thing, which was like, of course, when I'm the only one managing everything, we had the craziest desync issue I've ever seen in TEPPEN between King Woo and Zyrex-sama. It was a bandit spider that died, which buffs a spirit in your hand. When it died, only Zyrex-sama actually registered the buff on his side. When we watched the replay through King Woo, which they both had replays, when we watched it on King Woo's side, never got the buff, which caused a whole crazy thing to happen because on Zyrex-sama's side, the unit lived with 1 HP. On King Woo's side, it didn't, so it caused damage to go through, and they both have replays of that match where they won because it was so weird. Almost curious if that's ever happened in ranked where both players just won and how it would deal with that.
And everyone DCs, it's just like, yes, dude. I win. Rage quit.
No one's losing points.
For every double defeat, there's a double win.
Now I know. I gotta have an extra second phone on the side to review matches.
Yeah, that was a crazy setup you had going on.
Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Father Balder, aka Leeman Shin in chat, who we see a lot. This was his first tournament coming out. Came in second. Or I'm sorry, third. Came in third. Which is, really good.
I flipped my shit when I saw that. I was out of town for all yesterday. I kept poking in to see. I know Lee was really excited. He for at least 24 hours before the thing, he was just like, "You guys ready?" He's like counting down. "You guys ready?" And I'm like,
ready.
Uh-oh.
Ready to destroy.
The destroy wave.
Yeah.
But seeing that his first tournament, rank 3, dude, 3rd place, that's friggin' awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, especially against some killers. There's a lot of strong players in this tournament, and yeah, the Wesker virus redemption arc. There's a lot of redemption arcs this past weekend. It was great. I think it was akin to the end of WrestleMania WWE, where you just have all the heel turns and flips. We got the Stout Killer redemption arc. We had the Wesker virus redemption arc. It was great to see.
Very good.
Wait, Wesker virus got redemption?
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We 90% of us are sure that Lehman Shin is Wesker virus.
It is.
Who is Father Balder?
Damn, just reviewing, taking the mask off of Batman in front of the entire crowd here.
We're keeping the wrestling memes going, man. It's like when Kane lost his mask, and it's like, oh my god, he's not really Undertaker's brother.
Well, remember when Sting took his mask off and it was just another Sting mask?
It's just Sting. That was still one of my favorite moments.
What about that?
Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, there's no similarities, right, between all three black heavy destroy decks. I wonder who this could be.
No, I've never seen Lehman Shin, Father Balder, and Wesker Virus in the same chat. So just take it with a grain of salt, guys. He could be anyone. Could be anyone.
Oh.
But just use
probably
the
Wesker
evidence for
Virus.
your own usage and
Dude, evidence decks, dude.
make your
Yeah,
own judgment.
If you correctly solve this case, you might get a free pack.
Player icon.
Yes, please answer the survey.
Answer the survey, dude. But yeah, that's very cool to see. Very cool to see someone finally come into the tournament scene and enter with a bang.
Yep.
It was very fun.
Seeing some lists, seeing Coral actually be a thing, I was just like, man.
Shoutouts to Aidsworth getting a crystal ball copy of Incense of Doom to remove Taku's units that he just used Curse Zone from. That was the most ridiculous thing.
That sounds very aggravating. I'd be.
Oh, I have a
pissed.
clip of that on Twitter if you want to see it. I was
I
screaming.
saw
It
that.
was so dumb. Look at that
Just wanna see
Seth.
this
That
match.
Seth is 713.
Yeah, I saw when it died, I saw it flash 713, and I was like, dude, sweating, dude. That's a big boy. Ah, yes, Ivan, the card. I wanted it to be good, but it wasn't really. Oh, shit. That's some
I
patient
also want to
stuff
shout
right
out
there.
Secret Walls for bringing the spiciest, I would say the spiciest deck, which was purple green big rezo, purple green big rezo, which was ridiculous.
I saw that. I was actually at dinner with the phone and like at a restaurant, and I was like checking it. I was like, "Yo, what's going on in this tournament?" And I saw Secret playing that, and I was like, "What am I looking at, dude? What is this?"
And then there was King Wu Wood's Dark Invitation, where he opened with like the worst hand against a big rezo and still took out like 4 of the big resonate units with Dark Invitation. It was so crazy.
There were some cool
A lot of awesome moments.
Yeah, Secret is a tournament killer, dude. I'm telling you. When he's on stream, he looks like he's just like having fun and just haha, I messed up. But it's just like off stream or when you're playing against him, it just seems like he's just serious boys. Like, oh shit.
When the camera turns off, he takes off his mask and it's just Secret Walls, but he looks angrier.
It's his emote. He's got an emote for that.
He does.
There it is. It's that. Secret is the most chill dude that goes full tryhard off stream. I know, dude. I'm like, I can't. I guess you got to be pretty tryhard to get the hero emblems.
Although I will say, I don't know if I was going to bring this up, but Secret's Temptation deck is kind of interesting.
Kinda.
It's probably my choice for like most weird deck of the tournament when I watched it. Because he wasn't playing a normal Temptation list. He was doing green with Temptation. And, I mean, green Temptation evidence has been starting to become a bit more popular. Because there are, some ways to get some good discounts and, get some good value out of Maggie, as well as, like, just taking use of, like, the really strong green cards on top of purple evidence. But he wasn't doing that. He was doing, like, Cyclopses and hoping that they would discount Chenko so he could play her out at like 5. and like didn't really work out. it was kind of interesting. I mean, it worked out in the worst. It was the most awkward situation because like he drew into all three Shenkos, and he had to make sure his one Cyclops was discounting the one Shenko, and it just kept discounting all the other ones. So he had 3 6-cost Shenkos.
I saw that match and I was like, you just gotta win the 1 and 3, and it's like that's not winning the 1 and 3.
And I was just watching, and I was like, yeah, Jill was this other deck, right? I was just, like, just thinking about it.
The funny thing is, he still almost won that match. Like I think it was against Father It's like if they didn't have the big destroy, that Shenko was still gonna win.
Yeah, because Shenko stuck, but he ran out of ways to halt and just took too much damage from like Fox or whatever. By the time he could actually set up Shenko with Devil Trigger, it was too late because he didn't have another temptation.
Yeah. Oh, but it's crazy.
It's
crazy how it still almost worked despite everything going wrong.
Very bold strategy, yes. But I wanted to point that out as like probably the most creative, interesting deck, I guess, out of the whole tournament. Everything else I pretty much expected. Although I guess Ainsworth also got my attention with his green Shoryuken. Shouts to the whale, putting in work. And
Orca
of course,
just coming in and murdering.
Yeah. Some very off-meta green cards shining, thanks to the power of buffs and combo.
Was it? I saw Taku did a tweet about it that said the cute-faced child was beaten by a huge weapon and died because of the Orca.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, I got hyped at the QB. Was not expecting the QB. That was awesome to see too.
Demon, dude.
That is pretty interesting.
But yeah, it was a super fun tournament. Again, thank you everyone that was there, that watched, that participated, made it a really fun event.
Yikes, dude! This match. Yoinks.
Shoutouts to Thirsty again for putting on the whole tournament on a holiday weekend by himself. It's not easy, so shoutouts to you, man. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. I better see everyone that's in chat showing up for the next tournament.
We don't know anything about it.
I could say more.
You already did.
Go ahead and
you
do
already
it.
did say more.
Give it to us one more time, Iowa. I want to hear it.
All right. More.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dude, you gotta dude, the nodders either give your nodders in chat or your PP overheats, dude.
I think one thing that we can definitely say is that it will be standard. So it will still be standard.
And you don't want to miss it.
Yes.
Whoa.
So no HBM, but we will have Dragons of War in there.
Which will probably be the best format we've ever had.
Yeah,
hopefully.
right.
We don't know. We still don't know how Dragons of War is going to come out. It could come out as like
Worse
somehow
than
obscenely
HBM.
broken.
I There's a card that's just V.
Like, yeah, it's just like it's just V. Just more Vs.
I actually want them to print out more meme decks because I think that's how you get more players in this game is if you allow them to play meme.
If you allow them to steal games. I mean, we already have that.
Aggro is not a meme. Aggro is just aggro.
Well, I mean, not meme in name, but just stealing games without trying. We got that. I feel like I did that with
Francesca Orochi memes out there.
Hmm.
What was a good meme in Teppen history? Like
Meme.
Dalamadur
meme
Nero.
That was not a
Oh,
that,
good
that,
meme.
that was
Classic.
good, but it was kind
Good
of
meme
toxic.
deck. I mean, meme implies it's bad.
Yes, bad, but works. You
But
know what I
like
mean?
was funny and enjoyable and silly when it did work.
Oh yeah.
Everything I made.
What about Unwavering Faith Shar? Was that fun?
No.
All
Yeah.
right. I guess memes are just toxic then. Because to me
They
that would be
kinda are.
my definition of fun. Steal games because I play dude that doesn't die to red.
Look at this orca go.
Dude,
This
my
is a-
mana says, no. Can you get the combo? Oh no. And stop making Orca look good. Coral Dungeon was a fun meme. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I still have the highlights on my channel, and I definitely have them in a highlight reel somewhere. What the? This Orca, stop! Get rid of it.
You
Or it
can't.
costs 4, dude. Poggers. Ugh.
And that's just over. There's nothing you can do here.
Oh. Interesting.
Sounds like Teppen.
Streamer, I want to see Gar and Cass making out. How will I ever find someone
Oh.
willing to draw this scandalous material for me?
Oh.
Whoa, dude, head on down to FA, dude.
Hmm.
Just go to E621, dude. Gar, dude. That's why, like, Chris was like, "Don't you loot up Gar?" I was like, "It's it's probably already
I
done."
I know, but part of me didn't want to believe that,
Oh no, dude. That's like, don't you loot up? I don't want to say Morrigan because obvious, but Chun Li. I don't know. He's already got a tight outfit on. People are already gonna loot it up.
Don't loot out feline.
uh, uh, that's why I was like, when I was looking at the new artwork for all the riders, all the girls and stuff like that, all the waifus, I was like, I might have to check up on some of these profiles and stuff and see, make sure, just in case, not to get any ideas out there, but just might need to do some research first before I say anything else.
I'm telling
Oh,
you.
you mean
man.
like when we saw Phoenix's hero arts and then I played the first game and found out Mia was or
Hey man,
16.
there's a canon reason why Booba is it's okay. It's okay. Because Mia is old and it's technically whatever. I don't
Whatever.
get into it.
I'm very confused, but that was okay.
And
Don't worry
then you
about
get
it.
to the
I'll tell you when
Pearl
you're older.
section in the second game and everything gets even more awkward.
Pearls turn into stuff.
Pearl also
You can-
turns into Booba.
Pearl also turns into Dante, and she dies immediately. She sure does, dude.
Sounds like a Dante problem.
It's like a Dante problem, dude. Sounds like a 1 HP problem. Look at this fucking board. Yikes. Watch me versus King Wood. Oh no, you guys might have to check out the replay remix.
Yeah, there's a VOD. You can watch the VOD.
There's a healthy VOD here. I don't wanna ruin anyone's screen time.
Not my channel. I don't care.
Equal opportunity streamer.
Should probably upload like some generic
Damn, Coral
Uh,
sucks, dude.
Teppen emotes to that channel.
Oh, dude, Coral is
Yeah,
bad, but I'll
we
still keep
should.
trying.
Definitely
Oh,
should.
that's the moment.
This is so bust. I hate.
Ain said, "No, you fucking don't."
Never want to hear Ains crying about his RNG again.
Ironic.
That's why you don't run incense, so they can't copy your incense.
Play incense.
Clearly.
instead.
It was like last time I was doing a grind with Metsu, I ran into Plunder Blade, and they did 2 Plunder Blades, and then they played out 2 Otanis, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Also, it's worth pointing out that like Taku like drew their incense like 2 cards later, so it's like I think they probably only had 1 too. So
Oh.
if he was able to draw it just a little bit sooner,
Damn.
Yeah, Coral Spirits
Rough.
without Mia is rough business.
Yeah, not being able to play Mia, I guess, in the format.
yeah, that was the thing when I was kind of testing this out. I know when I announced this, everyone's like, "But Spirits is going to be completely broken," and it's like you, especially Coral, and it's like you take out those Mias, Coral really kind of starts struggling a lot more.
And they're one big card, which is Oichi, who's
Yeah.
human as well. Like you don't really have much of. I was like, what's your win con? Hope that your opponent can't keep up.
Shout outs to Starbucks for the amazing analysis.
Yep.
I like the adjustment of the ears, dude, picking up signals. The right
Like
frequency.
listening, like that one got MP, now they got MP.
Taku can speak English and Japanese. Nice.
Yep. Yep.
When I watch his
popped
streams, he
into his
speaks
stream.
English. Wow. Very nice.
Very nice.
Yo.
Mm,
Yeah, we had actual cat on stream. Damn.
well,
Well,
I'm trying to think. Like, did we cover everything? There was a lot to cover. I just want to make
I
sure.
think we did.
I think
we're
we
good.
did.
I mean, I think we did say this would be a short one, and we're still at the 3-hour mark. That's not too bad.
That's not bad. I forgot about how many teasers we had.
We've been going a bit. Yeah. But I think, yeah, we did a good job of like trying to be concise as possible with everything.
Ah, white screen. Okay, so not too much happened in the next few days. We're gonna have more teasers, but the 25th, like we said, Friday. There's a lot going on. Can Iowa say more? Dude,
Can I say more? I don't know.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
More. There you
Oh
go.
shit.
Hold on.
Perfect. Can you say it's all right?
That's all right.
Excellent.
Iowa's greatest hits.
Greatest. He did a soundboard. I
Is
wasn't
this,
prepared. dude.
Calendar something you can share? Like
It
share a
sure
link to?
is.
Did I
Let me-
get
let
it?
me-
That might be something we could like pin to Reddit and Discord.
Sick. Shareable link. And access your calendar. Yes. Is anyone using the calendar? Is anyone?
I use it.
Yeah. Oh, what am I getting a link for? There's a calendar thing like that. I fell a little bit behind with the EXGP. Well, actually, no. I caught Psycho's challenge too. But it's cool to see all this
Shoutouts to
stuff
Mallet
start.
for putting
Thank
this
you.
together.
Yeah, it's tight having the calendar there.
You can see that all our stuff happens on the weekends. Look at look at the weekdays.
Weekdays are for work.
It's true.
Yep.
Dude, we got 9 days left for the current ranked season. Get your scummy wins in. Where do we think top 100 is going to wind up this time?
Can't tell if it's like slower than last. I mean, it does feel like it's a bit slower than last season.
It's already at the point where 2,000 points is not enough for top 100.
If I could
Your
stop
boy-
playing and still be in top 100, that'd be tight.
Your boy Ricky is in there, dude. I don't know who Ricky is. Ricky from Japan. Hope that Chandler guy gets top 100. I'm going to have to figure out some other deck because I think people are figured out Metsu. Or maybe it still does well. I don't know.
That's all I've been playing.
Really?
Oh, I did make one change though. I did take out Abe and put in Mitsunari in there, and that's it's way better.
Mitsunari, really?
Yeah, because I mean he will get attack buffs, which makes him a good sure you can target, and I mean a lot of times you're banking on Cyclops hitting anyways, so I almost rarely play him at 5 cost.
What do you think of taking out, what do you call it? What's I want to take out? The 4 cost Unexpected Assault. I have not been getting that much use out of that card.
It has saved me a couple of times, but I don't think it's
Yes.
needed.
I want to
It
put
has
Calculated
sa-
Guidance in.
Calculated guidance. Ooh.
I feel like I have lost a lot of what do you call it? Slurple mirrors where it's just like they stole my Otani and there's
Yeah.
nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
That's
I
kind of
was
like
just worried
the
about
ultimate
breaking.
mirror card right now, but I don't know if dual color can really afford that many 4
Yeah.
costs. So you definitely have to make a choice.
I mean, I'm substituting a 4 cost action for a 4 cost action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you couldn't do multiple, but maybe
I don't
just
want to do
using
more.
using one
just-
when switching out is fine.
My thing though is that you have to kind of wait for them to play a card for you to be able to use that, which you don't have to with Unexpected Assault.
Yeah.
And
That's
if
a
they
good
don't play
point,
at 3
but-
costs, it gets kind of bricky. I almost lost the match today because I almost bricked, and it was only because I drew an Unexpected Assault that I was able to actually play. And then that rush really did save my ass.
I've just lost a lot of matches because there's no way for this deck to remove those big threats once they get fully mobilized. Like once an Otani has like, 3 or 4 attack and like 11 HP, it's kind of like, oh,
That's usually what I like rely on Dan to take care of that, or any of the other kind of damage cards.
I don't know. If their attack is high enough, it's just so, I just don't know what to do.
You usually can kind of burn them down a little bit ahead of time.
There was
also
a dude
kinda
I
hold
ran
off
into that
as
had
part of it.
like, this guy did not like RP Metsu. Like he was bringing out, I think he had 2 of that one card that costs 2 and it bounces to 3 cost. I'm like, yo, dude, who hurt you, dude?
Yeah, well, I mean that's the tricky thing, right? Because a lot of people are built to fight Slurples, so you are kind of running into that. So it really just comes down to just aggroing them out and kind of pushing damage when you can.
It's a rush to get the better Otani first, anyways. Yeah, that's the thing, though, is I feel like it would just be a simple way to remove it and have their work be your work. Fucking just snag that shit.
Yeah, it's possible. I think it could definitely pay off. I just worry about like the matchups where it's not as useful.
Who hurt you?
It really do be like that, though. People run like 3 Incense of Doom. It's like, dude, what's wrong? Who the fuck did this to you?
Hey man, you never know.
I'm.
You could always just remove that card and put in Strider.
When they
Yeah.
have so many incenses that they like, when I'm playing Coral and they just play it when I have nothing in the pocket, it's just like, that's too many. They can't even wait for me to put something in my pocket. Come on, dude.
More cycle, and if
Just
they're
wait
running
3
rebels, it's more
seconds.
memory.
It's true. I know. I definitely see the benefit to it, but it's just kind of like, dude, just wait a second. But also, like, I don't know. There's got to be a lot of decks where that does not do anything.
Yeah. I try to think of like, why would they do that? I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe they had, 2 incense and 2 predations, and they're like, I need to just draw more shit. Because that's happened to me a lot. I don't know what it is about. If I'm running 2 predations, I'll never find them. If I run 3, they're always in my opening hand.
They're everywhere. So you took out Abe and Kamo for Mitsunari.
It's
Huh?
Unari.
I'll give it a
Been in
shot.
too many. I was in too many situations where like I had to put down Abe and Kome, and it's like, well, this did absolutely nothing.
I had some times where goddamn Unexpected Assault brought out Abe and Kamo. I was like, thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
I did win a game like that because he did have heavy pierce, and it killed a zombie, and that was all I needed to kill an Oichi.
I had a really close match. I think I posted it on Twitter where Abe and Kamo saved the day so narrowly, giving something just enough speed to get that hit in. So I'm hard pressed to replace him, but I totally understand replacing him too.
Yeah, because if things die and you get like a 4 attack Mitsunari with agility, he's that's a good short you can target.
True that.
And he definitely takes more advantage of Cyclops mana reduction, especially with short you can proccing it twice.
I will say that Abe and Kabo never seem to remove the slow on the target that I want. I'll have like 2 units. It'll be a Cyclops and an Otani. It always takes off the Cyclops.
Yep.
Which is still fine, but not as good.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I know like when I was talking about this with like Olaf, and I was just trying to come up with stupid names for the deck because like I'm in a chat with him and James, so like I feel like I have to talk in puns because James Chen is there. But I was like trying to think of one for Shoryuken, and he's like Slow Tawny, and it's like, yeah, but also Cyclops is kind of like a big player in this deck too, just because with flight he can kind of push more damage and burn them down. Whereas if you give combo to Otani, it's cool. He has combo and crush, which is still good, but you're not getting as much value out of it than like giving combo to Cyclops has definitely won me more games in this match, and it helps too because if you have a Cyclops and an Otani, then they're like, oh, kill the Otani, do everything to stop the Otani. It's like, well, now you have a 5 attack Cyclops with combo coming at you with agility. Good luck.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on, CNET? And yeah, those are definitely the 2 units that kind of run the deck. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. I do kind of roll my eyes when I win games where it's just like, even some mirrors where it's just like, okay, count the number of Otanis. Oh, he has more than you. He wins.
Are you
Sometimes it'd be
winning,
like
son?
that. Are you finding your singular card that does all the work for you? Yeah.
Dan is pretty good at like if you have Dan and Goddess up, he will
Oh, yeah,
handle
he'll
some
fuck-
Otanis.
I had a game where I had like Dan, Goddess, and a Kenshin, and it was just like 4/4. I was like, Jesus Christ. Put something in front that just gets shredded to bits. I think that might be it. Might be it, boys. a little quiet this week, but we had the tournament and we had some spoilers, some teasers. Yeah, teasers. And
Spoilers.
we're all kind of clenching our cheeks for the set reveal and all that stuff. What are we gonna get? Monsters, humans,
Machines.
more humans, a few machines.
Yeah, we haven't really seen any of the machines shown off. I wonder if there's going to be like a good amount. It is funny that's like, you're getting Monster Hunter cards, you're getting Breath of Fire cards. Oh, and here's these 2 enemies from Mega Man X that even most Mega Man X fans are like, where are they from?
Yoicks.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I am hyped for X4's, like Erigen, I think is his name. I'm hyped for him to show up. I've killed that guy so many times.
The question is anyone streaming Teppen?
Any teppers?
Any Teppers, dude? 38 viewers in the chat, and I've mentioned that we are
Nice.
going to wrap up soon, so the viewer count is falling fast. People are like, "Oh shit,
Fine.
run!"
They came for the goods. We gave them the goods.
We gave them that sweet recap. I don't know. Maybe you go into stasis for a week. Maybe you don't know what's going on. You can watch the podcast and you are up to date. You know exactly what happened. Unless you're curious about the 5 gifts I have, the 5 presents. Any streams this week from y'all?
I'll be streaming when I can this week. Don't have anything in particular. I still have to stream some viewer request games. Shoutouts to Cosplay for requesting Shenmue 3.
Reviewing?
That game is hot trash and a waste of my time. But
What?
I do have to do it for 8 hours, so that's nice. I
You
still
said
have 5
what?
hours to go.
It's a it's a small company that made it, and they didn't get that much money, so it's a budget. It's a budget
Mhm.
game. Shenmue, it's
Mm-hmm.
Is it
not like
really
it made-
that bad?
I don't know,
It's just
$7
a
million.
waste of time.
It's pretty goofy, pretty wacky game. It seems like it's stuck in the year 1999. It's very very interesting.
I'm
Jen
shocked
might
that you
stream
have.
tonight.
Hmm?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, my epitome of I hate this game is if you want to move one step in your room to go talk to a character, you have to have a black loading screen. Then it plays a cutscene of him taking off his slippers, taking one step up, and then it does another black loading screen, and then you can talk to her. And it's like literally right there. You can see her. And the worst thing is you don't even see his shoes on the ground. So you just wasted time. They didn't even pay like that much detail to it. It's like, but you're gonna have a loading screen for this every time. I hate
It's
it.
true. Pretty fun.
That is pretty bad, but it's surprising to me because I have a friend that swears up and down that's his favorite game.
Shenmue 3 or 2?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me check the chat logs.
Yeah, I heard good things about Shenmue 1 and then potentially like 2, but
I mean,
it
they're
was more
all
for the time.
they're all very archaic and kind of awkward, but there's a little bit of charm in there.
Shenmue 3 is
Especially with the
terrible
voice
game. I've
acting.
wasted my life.
Voice acting's so goddamn boring. I hate it. It makes me want to take a nap every time. It is the two, like all the NPCs are fine. It's the 2 main characters, and every time they're talking, it's just
Huh?
wooden board talking. Yeah, huh?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Hmm?
No. What?
About that day.
Like the main character, all he does is ask questions. He never says anything. Just where is
Huh?
that? Why? Who? Huh?
Why?
Do you know where Londi is?
You're looking for the guy with the scar. A scar?
Scar?
He plays games over there. Games?
Games?
He runs the table over there. Table? Like, oh my god. He's just...
You want to fight?
Fight?
Oh.
Me?
You guys are gonna kill
Oh,
me.
I can't handle it. All right, that's it. We're finding someone to raid. Y'all are y'all are crazy.
Raid?
Or
Shadow Legends?
Someone?
yeah. But
Streamer?
yeah, I'll be streaming later this week too. Maybe even tomorrow. Who's to say?
Sick.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll try.
I got to stream too, but I have a maybe interview tomorrow. I don't know. Smile.
Oh wait, I am streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day of Terrible Tuesdays from the community challenge.
Sick.
Hog.
Thank God. If anyone wants to see some bad rats, that'll be what's happening tomorrow.
Kyle is streaming Guilty Gear. I guess we could hop over there.
Kyle. Okay.
Kyle? Streamer?
Ooh, we're gonna see some dolphins.
Are we? Oh, yeah. How about? Good old Strive.
Hilarious.
Oh, dude. Streaming fighting games. He said he was going to start playing Marvel again. Where is it, Kyle?
Marvel.
Contest of Champions?
I saw they made a green screen for Totsugeki. I don't even play Guilty Gear, but I was like,
Oh, I was gonna make that into a reward.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I have no connection to Guilty Gear.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it's like I only got to play it once. Finally, I had a friend come over and had some time, and we played. And I didn't know anything about Guilty Gear. He was just beating my ass with Potemkin with the characters I wanted to play. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do May. I know nothing about this character, but once I find the dolphin, that's all I'm gonna use, and I'll probably win. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh no.
Yeah, that happened with me and my friend too. He wasn't beating me, but I felt like playing May, and then I kept whooping them with the dolphin.
Dolphin's pretty good.
I was having fun. They were not having fun. It was a great time.
He's doing it though. We are seeing some dolphin action, dude. Stop. Okay, we're gonna rate him. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Boy. And we are rated.